Special guest season.
Tapping in, we ain't never late, dropping gems. Now let's elevate to else to win, running laps again. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight.
Talking in, we be talking this, we ain't never late, talking this, we be walking this, never celebrate.
Hey, else to win. Hey,
never celebrate, people shit, boy,
hey. Tapped in, stripes on me now, an official back then. All my friends was robbing, never looked up to no Batman.
Hey.
Boy was playing games, he got hit and started lagging.
Hey.
Young going wild, what's on my chest, I'll be flashing.
Hey.
Had to fight, so I'm like, all right,
And that's how we gonna intro episode 36 of the Heavyweight Bros. We in the building. It is Sunday, March 27th. What's going on? I am your host, as always, the 5XL assassin, the diabolical diabetic, the boy, Big Nasty, my co-host over here to the right, the high yellow hitman, Coach Buck, my little dumpling, the freaking Declan, Uncle Raisin, and of course, we have illustrious special guests over here, my man, Young Dewey, King Dew, of course, the man who does the intro, who brings the fire, my man, Young Kang in the building. Did you have to spin that sign like that?
Yeah, that
so
was fire.
I'm gonna start all from the outway going in. Raisin, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to have the bro in the building today, man. Listen, man, it's been a week. Yeah, it's been a weekend of new days, man. My mom had a birthday on Friday. Happy birthday, Mom Dukes. Pops had a birthday today, man. You know what I mean? Having a birthday today. You know what I mean? So happy birthday, Pops, man. You know what I mean? It's pretty dope, man. Things are pretty good.
Swinging back to the inside with our illustrious guests. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling?
Hey man, I'm feeling great. You know, it's been a while. You know,
you graduated from He Who Shall Not Be Named.
He should be named with a face and all that. You know what I mean? We here, man. I'm excited, bro. I watch the pod all the time. You know, y'all hilarious, man. I had to get up on here. You know, do the intro. My mom's birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday to my moms. You know, so we here. Let's get it.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. Is this still Pisces season? I was gonna say, like, all y'all got Pisces parents? Is that what's going on?
I don't be knowing. Nah. My mom definitely.
Scorpio.
My mom definitely. I'm Scorpio too.
Yeah. My house is super Scorpio.
Nah, I think my mom's definitely. No, I'm bugging. What's the joint with the horns? Look like a goat.
Taurus?
Aries?
No.
Taurus. April. I don't know.
This is March.
Ladies, this is why when you on the dates, you don't ask us about our astrology signs because we don't know nothing about that. So I'm saying it's like whatever it may be. Apparently, we all just thinking mama's out here. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Just shout out to Mom Dukes. Mama.
Biggie always told me it was whack to creep up on somebody and be like, what's your name? What's your sign? As soon as he buy that wine, I just creep up from behind.
I ask you what your interests are. Who you be with. Things that make you smile. What numbers to dial. That's all that matters. You know, but matter of fact, go home, listen to some Biggie. Also, listen to some Tupac, Dear Mama, so that way we get it out there because everybody's mama's getting a shout out today for whatever reason or another. I feel like I didn't get this much love on my birthday when it was out here, but it's okay. It's okay, like we're here. It was only just last week. Like,
how are you doing, birthday boy?
Nah, I'm chilling then, like it's pod season. I'm saying that when you told me that there was a guest this morning, I got a little bit more energetic. So like we're here. So I was like, you know, like I'm just like anxious to like get to that bit, but it's like I know that we got our own things to get to.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's get it started.
No doubt. Get right into that digging in the crates. All right. So first things first. Always do that, man. See, you know, now you know it's authentic. It's not just all right, but we won't get into it. Daddy Yankee retired. Thoughts.
To the God. Like he made a video and he announced his retirement. I don't speak no Spanish, so I didn't understand it, but I felt the vibe. I don't even listen to the man's music, but I know that like all the Puerto Rican shorties that I deal with, like I know that they dropped a tier. I saw some of the ticket prices, like he was asking for at least $400 for like a ticket for like his final. Come on now.
Sold out.
When him and Bad Buddy was putting out them concert tickets like, yo, them Visa cards, we got hit. A lot of rents not getting paid.
About to pull a Tom Brady and be like, psych, I lied.
You mean pull a Jay-Z?
Was he making recent music though?
Yeah, he just dropped a whole new album, apparently, to go along with his retirement. Okay. The intro song had like Michael Buffer on it and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know what this is, but it sounds pretty hot.
Okay.
Like, trust me, I went out last night and there was a lot of cars bumping some Daddy Yankee out the window, stuff like that. That was a
tribute, huh?
Yeah, it felt like summertime
gasolina.
on Worthington. Yeah, that's all I know. Though, they got so many guys on the order.
What? Oh, he's that
Literally,
ironic while these gasolina prices is going up. This month.
Do it again.
Obrigado, se obrigado, se obrigado, No, what's going on?
Yo, that is hilarious.
Like reggaeton, I believe, like right now is like the #2 music in the world, and he is a huge reason for that. Like he really sparked like that whole thing, and it's like he was still making like pretty relevant music with like the newer artists to this day. So like, gotta give a shout out to the guy. Yeah, man. I don't know where Donald Mar's been. He was in the Fast and Furious movies.
Some young kid too.
That's Tego.
That he just came home from jail and made mad music and is like super rich.
Unwell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Unwell.
Yeah,
He's one of the hot ones right now.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
Yeah. He's like the reggaeton Kendrick Lamar right now. So he's doing like
okay.
Bad Bunny's the Drake.
Okay. Oh,
J Balvin is J Cole.
Look
so
at
like,
this
that's
guy.
Like
look at this guy tying it all together. Does he have braids in his head?
Yeah.
Right,
oh no, actually,
we won't go that far.
actually, I think he started the heart in the hair thing first.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You know, Drake did like Thanos was like, I'll take that.
Like that? All right, we won't get into it. All right, we'll leave it alone for today.
Shout out to Daddy J.
In other news, I'm finding out, like I didn't notice before, but there's this guy named Nigo, supposedly like a fashion designer. So remember we was talking about the ASAP Rocky song, Aria.
And it was like, it sounds like just an ASAP Rocky song.
It sounds like an ASAP Rocky song. Who's the Nigo dude? Why is Pharrell in the video? Why does it say featuring ASAP? But it turns out he's like, kind of like on some DJ Khaled. He's just like, it's his song, but it's not. It's named after him, but these people are featuring on it. Either way, in recent news, I found out that them boys, the Clipse, was back together on a Nigo song.
Yeah.
I did give it a listen, and it sounded like old Clipse. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted to throw on some baggy jeans, a white tee, and a big leather jacket.
You immediately, like, as you were listening to it, like the lunch table put, like,
yeah, do the beat. I'm telling you, man. I was about to be in the mirror clapping.
They was doing double dutch in that video too, like grind.
But yeah, it sounded like old Clipse. It was like, I know I say this a lot, but it was a real nostalgic feeling. It was a pretty dope track, and they didn't, you know what I mean? It seemed like they didn't skip a beat.
No. And Pusha T still doing what he's doing though.
Yeah.
What's his brother like?
Malice.
Yeah, Malice.
Now he's no Malice.
No Malice.
He is no Malice now.
Yeah, he had some bars on there.
Yeah, he did. Yep. I think Push went first, and then Malice was second. They sound so much alike, but you could tell who was pushing, who was no Malice, and like I said, they haven't made a record together. And how long has it been since like the whole disagreement?
Yeah, at least like 12 years.
I don't know much about it, so I don't want to speak too much on it. But like for them to be at least 12 years apart, it seems like they had like been rapping together for 12 years.
This Pusha T album rollout was pretty interesting. It's like, yo, first we gonna beef with McDonald's, I'm gonna go with RB, and now I'm doing tracks with Nigo. It's like, what's next?
Listen, saw a headline, didn't even know it, that he randomly put a drug bar in the Arby's commercial. It
was like something about flipping the scale or something like that.
Our fish flips the scale. It's like, yo, nobody caught this? It's like, no, we just out here trying something.
Anybody could do it, him.
Right. I feel like it wasn't even that clever. Like, but it was just like, damn, you really stuck that one in there.
Right. It's gonna go over a lot of those type of people's heads.
The unseasoned.
I like how you put that. But yeah, man, that's all I have. I mean, aside from digging into crates, of course, you know, we got Young King here, man. I know you got a new video coming out, right?
Yeah.
I seen a little Instagram clip. Mind you, I'm sitting there, you know, my little son Des listen to the music too, you know what I mean? So like we were sitting there watching the little clip. And right when he gets to go into the rap and it cuts off, I'm like, oh, that's how he's like, oh, that's what the
right. Little promo video, you know, for what's coming next. You know, I've been holding this video for a long time. Like,
okay.
A couple of months, like 3-4 months, just figuring out the right ways to put it out. But I was just like, F it, man. Let's just throw it out there.
Okay.
So me and my boy BP, Brittany, shout out to him. He shoots all my videos.
Word.
You know, so we just gonna throw it out there. By the time this episode is out, the video should already be out. So, are you hogging BP, or you try to put him out there so if anybody wants him to do a video, they can do it? Or of course, no, bro. That's my boy. He gonna get his bread. You feel me? But he home team though, so
he's your cootie.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's a fact.
When you blow up, don't forget about it. That's all I gotta say.
Hey,
He's
taking all my gems on me. He's taking all my gems.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Shout out to them though, bro. Shout out to.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Definitely.
Be on the lookout for that. Year.
Word.
When can we expect it?
It's gonna be out today.
Okay.
Is
it available on Spotify?
Just YouTube. It's a video on YouTube. I might put the whole thing out on Instagram too, just for like the views.
Yeah.
But for sure, it's gonna be out on YouTube.
Wow, I didn't know it was coming out today. Oh yeah, I'm on top of it.
By the time this episode drops, it's gonna be out.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look at your rollout. Look what you got going on.
Sharing a couple podcasts. I'm working on my social media presence for the team. So when I put it up there, I'll make sure I throw something like this. Like, yeah, Young Keith does a little joints over there. You know what I mean? Try to get a little pop.
You try to add some stuff to your resume? Is that what you're doing out here? Like, social media manager?
Yes. Make me do something I didn't want to do. I'm definitely gonna claim it now that I gotta do it. This man definitely knows how to do this. He's like, nah, this is gonna be you. I'm like, what?
You gotta learn it, bro. It's the new
That's
age.
the thing. I was like, I can't do everything.
Like him now.
You have to. Especially if you're doing this type of stuff, you gotta be tech savvy.
And this man hits me with the LeBron quote, I can't do everything. Okay.
I mean, I can, and I could get us to the finals, but I was like, do you want to win or do you want to try? You know what I mean?
Get your ring on the bench.
We're gonna move on. It is now Insomnia Hour time. Look at it.
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
From the nothingness inside.
I ain't gonna lie, I only came here just to see the experience in person. You feel me? So I'm super excited just for that.
It's like being at a concert, right? It's so much different when
all the time
it's live.
When it's
live. Now watch when you go home and watch it, you're gonna be like, that's me watching me.
Samuel Jackson?
It's about to be up.
Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, so first things first.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yeah. So we're gonna get this one out of the way because it's not as interesting as everything else. But I know that The Boys Diaboical came out.
Yep.
On Amazon Prime.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know if you've seen The Boys.
The whole superhero.
Yeah, the superhero joint.
They have another season out?
No, so it's like a cartoon animated version of like kids who were like didn't grow up the right way as the other superheroes. So like everybody got like flying powers or this powers or that powers. It's like this other dude got like a speaker for a face or some other dude could like turn into animals, any animal he wants, but he also thinks and acts just like that animal. So it's not like any real superpower. So it's like they're like 13-minute cartoon animated episodes. They a little on the raunchy side. I would say I'm not gonna watch season 2.
Yeah, I would say it's skippable. Like it's nothing. Like there's a couple ones that are like really well animated. And some of them are based off of the comic book, so even like the characters look like their comic book counterpart instead of like the TV show. And
they did have some iconic people in there. Like I know Don Cheadle was in one of the episodes, so that was pretty dope. But it was like 11 episodes, and I feel like only 3 or 4 of them really took it seriously. All the rest of them are like one of them was done by the Rick and Morty creators. One of them was done in like Looney Tunes style. Yeah. Like they're all just like in their own separate universes, and it was okay. And it was like they're quick watches, so like it doesn't take too much of your time, but it was like I kind of feel the same way. I was just like, I could have just not watched it. Yeah, it was like watching a short version of What If.
Yeah, sure. I guess.
All right, we'll move on.
Is What If better than Boys Diabolical?
Yes. All right. It wasn't hard.
Just check it.
You want asparagus or you want Brussels sprouts?
Asparagus sounds amazing. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
I rock with Brussels.
I was gonna say Brussels sprouts ain't bad either. I was like, you gave me like no bad options.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts.
Do you want a McDouble or a McChicken? It's like, I mean, like shit. Whichever one you're not gonna eat, slide it this way.
Like, oh, y'all are tripping. All right. Next up, we got the Bel-Air. I'm calling this one the tribute episode.
I saw that when you wrote it on the script, and I was like, why is he calling it a tribute episode? Then I watched it, I was like, I see why he's calling it a tribute episode.
Yeah. Fire episode.
Was.
So in this episode, we get the Jeffrey leaving, because there was a time when he left in Fresh Prince, but that's because he hit the lottery, threw the big party, and was like, F everybody, I'm out of here. Right. But we got Jeffrey leaving on a more serious type of tone, which was pretty dope. Then we get the entrance of Aunt Viv, light skin version, and sister, both was on the show, which
Will's
is kind
mom. Will's mom.
Will's mom. Sorry, I apologize. I'm fine. Which is kind of consistent with the fact that the new mom and sister, whereas last episode was their episode, and in this episode you have both of them in there. So it was a shout out to them.
They still got it too. Like I was like, yo, that whole scene was crazy.
No, I got hype. I was screaming off, yelling.
Of course.
I got immediately teary. I was like,
I was like, look at Aunt Viv talking to Aunt Viv and her sister Aunt Viv. And she don't even know it. And then of course you have the iconic moment between Will and Uncle Phil, where he was like, "You've been more than a dad to me than ever." So it was just like, of course it wasn't like that was, but I feel like the only difference is that there's a lot of backing in all the seasons that led up to that moment with the original moment, and this is kind of like happening in the first season where we're still getting to know and like the characters.
Even in the old episode, it was like tied in, talking about his dad and stuff like that.
His dad was actually there.
He was there, but in this episode, it still was related to him and his father and stuff like that, in relationship. So that was pretty dope.
I think they might have understood the importance too of us, like, why bring in the Lou character just to get him out of there in the same episode? You know what I mean? So it's like,
Lou's coming in. Like, he gonna be here. I don't know if he's gonna be this season, but it's like that ain't going away. They're not just getting rid of that storyline.
No, he's gonna show up when Will gets recruited.
Ooh, he's like the NBA draft father, like comes out with the.
He's like, hey, this is my son. I told him everything he know. Hey, son, we out here.
Did you just do the nose? What you call it? Hey.
Yeah.
Not the booger sugars.
Word. But yeah, I thought the episode was fire. Like I said, this show, while I was a little leery of it, it continues to make sure they're hitting something in every episode, and it's pretty dope.
It's easily one of my favorite shows out right now, though. Like, it's like I look forward to it.
Oh yeah.
So, like,
oh yeah.
What do you feel like there's something going on with the Lou character though? Like, I feel like they're trying to build him up like he's like a drug kingpin or like something crazy.
It's definitely gonna be something that's out of control. It's definitely gonna be something that's out of control. Or maybe like he was gone because he did some time in jail and he is some type of kingpin. Like you never know what it is. You never know what it is. So
I feel like they're putting this like big presence around him that like, yo, because when Lou comes around, it's gonna be a big deal. And I'm like, if he's just a bum ass truck driver, it's like it can't be that big.
Well, did you think I want to be a drug kingpin? I didn't ask for this. Like it just happened. Yo, that's crazy. I can't wait. But yeah, I think you're probably right. They may have something going on, try to drag it out a little bit, and then something happens.
It's gonna be real dramatic.
I feel like if that does happen though, him and Uncle Phil are gonna throw their hands.
Oh, Lou and Phil?
There's gonna be some.
We do got a new imposing Uncle Phil. Like he looked like he could put in some.
Jeffrey gonna come out of nowhere and save the day.
Oh yeah, come on now. No, he's gonna come in and hit him with the back of the head.
Right. He was like, Jeffrey, I thought you was gone. He was like, yeah, I was gone, but I never left.
Never leave family.
Right. But yeah, man, I'm excited.
Jeffrey's been more of a dad to Will than Uncle Phil has been though. Like it was a little bit like
been more than dad to all of them.
Right.
He's been telling me, you're not taking care of the family.
Yo, mind you, we figured that out right away. Like after Jeffrey left, the doorbell rings. Was like, yo, you gonna get that? Carlton's like, are you gonna get it? He's like, where's Jeffrey? like words, like what is going on right now? But yeah, man,
that's crazy because like when my mom was home and I heard like the doorbell or something like ring, I'd be like, one of us needs to get this door because if my mom has to come down and get this door, it's gonna be a problem.
I'll be like, yo, I'm already at the door because if it rings one more time when my mom is like, yo, then woke somebody up.
You must be out your mind.
Man, listen, especially if I know it's one of my friends ringing that doorbell. Oh no, we both want to be in the crib and he don't even live there. Like,
I don't think I ever had a doorbell.
Damn. I thought you were gonna be like, it's nice having doors.
The struggle bar. Doors
talking about their doorbells. I'm just like,
can't relate. That's why we thought the AEO was created for. Like, yo, that's the doorbell.
They just yell through the keyhole, like, yo, open this thing up.
Knock on the window.
Yo, bro, come on. There was that year where people stopped using the doorbell right after Tupac tried calling Q. From his window,
hey, Q!
It's over. I'm never going to use this doorbell again. But yeah, I think Bel-Air keeps hitting, man. I'm excited for what happens. There's only a few episodes left, so there has to be.
Do we know how many episodes are on this season?
You're right. I could be wrong.
Because I know we're on episode like 9, right?
Yeah, I'm just assuming there's going to be 10 to 12 episodes. So I just feel like after this last episode, there hasn't been a really big build up to what a finale would look like. You kind of got to have a couple episodes to lead to that.
Season 2 look like? Because I feel like they're putting a lot
of content. I've been asking that.
Season 1, so I'm just like...
I'll tell you what season 2 look like. Michael Ealy. That man about to come wreck this house up. That's what I did. Because now Uncle Phil, he's not running for district attorney no more.
Right.
So like now he's home with the kids, and it's like, yo, now I'm home with the kids, but like, why are you still out Why you still out here? Like, why you wearing less and going out more? Like, what's going on? Like,
nah,
that's
he told her to go ahead and go after that internship.
But
She's
people
gonna
say
be
that
gone for a year, fam.
people say that,
Mm-hmm.
and then like, but once it actually comes time for action, like they feel some type of way. It's like, yo, like I put my stuff on the back burner for you, because some people just can't do that, and that's like why some relationships like they just don't work that way. Where it's like, I don't have the ability to take the back seat, and it's like, I don't know if Uncle Phil does. Like he's a pretty commanding presence, and it's like for him to be like, oh, I'm gonna stay home and like do all this stuff. Is he even a judge in this one? He's a judge, right?
No, I don't know what he is.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, did they even?
That man's Tommy from Martin.
With Dwayne Martin as his kid manager?
Or maybe we find out that him and Lou was big dogging it together, and Lou went down, and Uncle Phil kept it moving.
He can't be Ghost. We can't turn Bel-Air. Can't turn Bel-Air into power. I'm not here for it. You got Phil St. Patrick. I'm not here for it. I'm not here.
Uncle
for
Phil was outside.
Yeah. Which is a great segue because I watched the last episode of Tommy from the Power Universe. Here you go.
That's what I do.
I must say, I'm getting interested. I'm getting interested. It's
How
not
many episodes are we in?
8, 6, 7.
I didn't see the last episode.
It takes 7 episodes for us to get interested.
No, I'm just saying, like I reserved some availability to say I'm not gonna watch this show, but I keep watching the episodes. It's like
This was called Force. Right?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and
Because everybody's called
50,
it the Tommy.
50 definitely called it the Tommy. 50 put out another song for the beginning of this joint, but I gotta say Tommy's holding it down for him to be the main character, like because you didn't know how that was gonna go out. He's holding down the show. There are moments though where he says or does stuff, and I get those Malibu Most Wanted vibes.
No, not the B-Rap.
Yo, I'm like, yo,
Tommy gangster.
Yeah, be rad real quick right there. And then he snaps back to reality. And I'm like, see what I did there?
Yeah.
Be rad to be rabbit. You see, that was off the top of the dome. You can appreciate that, rapper. You know what I mean? Artistic with this potting. Like
I heard that there's
sitting on the box that we usually go.
I heard there's a new guest character of the show.
Oh yeah. Way to bring that up. So Freddie Gibbs is on the show now. He came in last episode. He came in last episode, so he's like a purchaser.
Okay.
So he's got his own little hood of dudes that he manages out in Gary, Indiana. Mm-hmm. But like when he came in, it was kind of weird. It was almost like he was forgetting his lines. Like you know that dude to be like Liberty Mutual, and they just like cut his lines and voice him over. I feel like Freddie Gibbs had more lines and it wasn't working. It was like we're just gonna do this for now. Because there's a couple times where he smiled. He thought he was gonna say something. It was just like, oh, just more smiles. So all right, I was like, maybe you're not gonna be on the show that long, but he was on this latest episode again with more lines.
Oh, so he's got a recurring role. It's not just
So he was on the next episode. He had more lines and he had more interactions, which clearly lets you know that he's going to have some part in the show moving forward. I don't know how long of stretch that goes, but he's going to have more episodes. So shout out to Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, killed off Jeremiah, so they had to put somebody else back on there.
Right. But
Jeremiah, the R&B singer?
Yeah.
What is going on in this show?
I'm not watching the Power Universe.
I'm so glad I stepped away from this universe. This sounds great.
Power Universe.
We got rid of Jeremiah, brought in Freddie Gibbs. What is going on? Doja Cat gonna be on the next season? Like, what's happening?
She's already on there.
I'm not surprised.
I'm just kidding.
This is Force. She's about to be on the novel Pushed by Sapphire with like Monique and Precious and all that. Like, I don't know what's going on in this 50.
Stop it. But yeah, they I like the way the stories are starting to intertwine with each other because at first it's just all this stuff is happening and it's all these connections. But now it's like you're getting to the episodes to where people are going to start finding out how all these connections come about. And it looks pretty dope.
Does this show at all intercept with the show with Mary J. Blige?
Nah.
Or the Tyreek show? Tyreek show is the same show as Mary J. Blige, right?
Yes. But I mean, if 50 really wanted to go ham, he could make a whole new book after all of these books that connects all the books and just keep getting money. I hear that stars are starting to get a little jabby with him.
I was just about to say, I was like, you sure that that's the case? Because I heard there was a little bit of friction between the two of them.
Somebody's going to pick up this show. I don't care what stars say. Stars could be just talking crazy because all their other shows is trash and the only thing keeping them afloat is 50. But now they're like,
BET's like, please.
We'll put you on right after Baby Boy.
Right in between Baby Boy and Holiday Hearts. We got you.
Right. And this Christmas.
Fu Man 2. What is that?
Tu Wong Fu?
Tu Wong Fu. BT, get it together. BT, we want to support BT so bad, but it's like they make it so hard.
Word, but
once Boondocks did that BT episode, they put him under.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Regina King. But I could see him tying all the books together. If Stars wants to act like suckers, then that'll just be money that they missing out on because people want to watch his stuff and it is entertaining and he's doing really well with the writing. So it's just like I said, they would literally be selling the company if they got rid of 50. So somebody will pick it up. It might mess around and end up on a new UPN or something like that. So you just stop playing around.
Not after Abbott Elementary.
Right.
50 still got BMF too.
Oh yep.
Right. Stars better stop playing around, man.
Stop
poking the bear before you be broke.
What's the woman that used to be on? And she does like all of the shows for like NBC, where it's like she was doing Grey's Anatomy, Chicago, like all this. Shonda Rhimes. She does the Bridgerton. Come on, man. She has like a whole she turned herself into like a whole empire called like Shonda Land.
Keep going.
Or something like that. But it's like she did the same thing where it was like she was making like 4 or 5 shows for I think ABC or NBC or whoever it was. And then like once like those contracts ran out, she was just like, actually, I'm gonna do it. That's her.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she just whatchamacallit. She was now she just sells it where it's like if you want her shows, like you specifically have to go to her. And it's like I think because she does Bridgerton and like that's on Netflix. I think Grey's Anatomy and all this stuff is on Peacock, but it's like I think that's probably what 50's doing. He's building his resume and his repertoire, and it's like the contracts are gonna run out, and he's gonna be like, now if you want them, it's like it's gonna go to the highest bidder.
Right.
I'm not working through Stars no more. Y'all working through me because I'm the star.
You know where we're gonna land, where everybody else lands. Right on Netflix.
I don't know. I feel like Netflix is losing a lot of ground. I feel like HBO Max is coming for their neck, and it's like they coming hard.
They could be. I know they did get some blowback for disrespecting Top Boy. People felt like they shouldn't have put all episodes of Top Boy out there for people to just run through them. They should have did packages like they've been doing with their other shows. So it's kind of just like showing the value of how you care about the show and how people respond to it. So like the Ozarks comes out and you package that up, but then Top Boy comes out and everybody's saying they're anticipating the season that they've been waiting for forever. And then you just throw the whole thing out there.
But is Top Boy like a Ozark though?
And also, like, isn't Top Boy only like 8 episodes anyway? So, like, what, you got to package it up in 4 episodes?
I don't care what you're saying. Top Boy is fire.
That's not what we're saying.
Better than Ozark?
I'm watching Top Boy over Ozark.
I'm gonna have to.
That's a hell of a.
But you know what the pull is for me? It looks like us.
Yeah. And what are we doing? Selling drugs. You know what I mean? Why aren't you watching?
What is Ozark doing?
Why don't you watch us be doctors and lawyers?
Oh, come on,
man. Watch that?
Don't hit me with that nonsense. We watching Marty and then literally be the people who produce the stuff that's coming to us. Like,
well, he's a money launderer. It's different. It's not dealing drugs. You know what I mean? Like the drugs play a part in it, but it's like
he cleans it.
Yeah, you know, it's different. Top Boy, they selling drugs. They selling food. So he's mad. He's so mad.
Your melanin's coming off your hand.
Are you absorbing? Are you absorbing his melanin? Is that what you trying to do?
Yes.
You trying to do like Space Jam?
Top Boy, it is.
I gotta go.
You haven't watched it?
No, I haven't watched it. I think I watched one episode.
I guarantee you, if you watch it, you'll be like,
I've got nothing but positive reviews from it. So like, I'm gonna hop on it. I have not.
No.
Thank you for Nick.
Not just him, like other people have been like, "Hey, I heard you watched Top Boy," and I was like, "I haven't watched it yet." They were like, "Yo, it's fire! I watched it because of you." I was like, "I didn't even say that I watched it." So like,
you're welcome.
This thing is
you're welcome.
Y'all only half listen.
It was the other Joel, the one with the dreads that keep blending into the back to make him look like he got a bald head.
Don't do that. Don't other Joel it.
All right, so we'll move on from that. In other news, Snowfall.
I caught up.
You caught up?
I told you I was gonna catch up.
Do it?
I'm there. I'm caught up.
Hey, all right.
I got 2 episodes last night.
What'd you think?
What the hell was the point of the tiger? Why was the point of the tiger?
Thank you. So this is what it is for me. Remember when we talked about the absence of John Singleton?
Yep.
And is it going to affect the writing?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it has officially affected the writing.
Bro, I'm like,
listen, if you sit at a table with John Singleton, he was like, "Yo, I got this idea for a tiger." He'd be like, "Yo, leave the room, man. Leave the room."
We're gonna marinate on that. You mind getting us something to drink real quick?
Lock the door.
Lock the door. Exactly. Close the door.
It was just so corny and like unrealistic. It's like, where is a tiger just walking around the hood? Like,
right.
This man just has a tiger in his like backyard with an open fence and
outside.
Outside.
The tiger's roaring and nobody
outside. And it's a double cage. Like, come on.
And it's the 80s. In like,
Come
like
on,
what are
man.
you talking about?
Come on, fam. Like, come on. Then this man gets bit and he's screaming and nobody calls the cops and say, hey, I see my neighbor leaking through his tiger cage. Like, come on, man.
The episode was fire until that.
Like, yeah, that's the part. That's the piece of it.
Right. And that's when you know people are running out of ideas and the writing starts to get sketchy. And it's like, we're going to throw a tiger in the show. And then for the callback of the tiger when they're leaving and they're just walking through the hood, like, ain't no way.
And they just like,
ain't no way.
And the tiger just mows the other dude, and Frank is just like,
and Franklin's just standing there like,
crazy.
I knew it was gonna happen. That's how I planned it because I'm a genius.
Because me and the tiger are friends now. Because he knows I'm cool. So like, I'm gonna bounce.
Right. I fed him his owner, so he don't got to be captive no more. We're on the same page.
I freed him.
Right. If next episode, if I don't see about to walking through that neighborhood with a tiger chinchilla on, then I'm gonna be like, yo, this is not real life. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. They would have put 17 holes into that man and they would have made him a jacket. Ain't no. Let a tiger come walking on these steps right now, man. Listen, man.
I don't know the rules of like tigers, but I know I'm standing as still as possible because I'm like, I feel like this is how it's supposed to work.
Nah, they gonna have that man gonna come and put a call on your shoulder. You're gonna be like, ah, he's gonna be like, ah, it's over for you.
Like it would be like Sigourney Weaver and Aliens, but it's just like right here, like
no, no, it's over for you, man. It is over, man. They love stalking their prey, man.
Listen, man, I'm not fast enough and I'm not strong enough, so like this is my best bet.
Yeah,
it's just
so
like a rock.
Yeah, I was disappointed, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was disappointed. The whole tiger thing threw me off, man.
I do like my man also being in the know. Like he's kind of getting caught up on some stuff. Like he's like,
and you can tell he's not happy about it.
Not happy about it, and he seems like him and Franklin are on good terms. And it's like So
I feel like at this point, if anybody pops Teddy, it could be him. It could be him. Like you got to think, like all the pain and anguish he went through dealing with this dude, losing his family, the one shorty he cared about. Now he's trusting you with all this stuff, and now he finds out that you being a snake and not letting him know about it. Like
stuff goes down, he leaves him.
Right, right. Mind you, he tried to stand up for him. That man was like, "Yo, this man just drove off. Do you know why? Because he got shot."
Yeah, I saw him. That shit was real.
Right. So it was just like, I don't know. Franklin being real with him and Teddy not could make for some interesting writing. Hopefully, it doesn't lead to a lion being on the next episode.
I still don't think Peaches did it. I can't remember who I was talking to. I think it was you when you were saying that. Like, I feel like they're playing up like Peaches might have HIV, and it's like I think that's where he is, and I think someone else is doing it, but it just looks like him, but he's in the hospital laid up somewhere. I don't think Peaches did it.
But if 2 people only knew about the stash house,
right?
If I'm in the hospital, somebody else got to know. There's got to be another person that knows.
No, he said only 2 people knew, him and Peaches.
You want to put money on it? I put $20. It's not Peaches. I put $20 on it. I got faith. I got faith in my guy. I got faith.
I like it. I like it.
Free shirt.
Hey,
cash out back.
I
request. Like, yeah,
I love it. I love it. But yeah,
he didn't make that though. He's not.
Nah, I still think Peaches did it. I just like when it comes to Joel, it's almost like he's gonna call Snowfall.
I feel like they basically said that when they confronted Kevin's brother.
Oh, which was a good addition to the show.
But
that did help.
Yeah,
did help. That I'm glad you brought that up.
So we got a new looming villain.
We have a new villain.
His name is Kane?
Yeah, I don't know why they went with Kane.
I was like, we need to start coming up with better black villain names.
Again, lazy writing. Again, lazy writing. Kane, Caden. Like there's 4 of them out there now. Like, come on, man. You could have called him Lucius.
No, that's another one. As we keep using it.
You're right.
Abel.
You could have called him anything, man. I didn't want to see another Kane. But the character just seemed pretty thorough. I like the whole point of him being like, do I look like I'm hiding?
Yeah, it was really
That man was at a youth football game. Like, do I look like I'm hiding? Like I think it's gonna get super real.
He like, yo, y'all was my little homies. Like,
right.
Y'all my little brothers.
Right.
You know what you did to my little brother.
Right. Right. So it's definitely gonna get real. He's like, hey, I'm sorry for Mama Saint, but it ain't over, fam. It's like just so you know, we coming. And he's just got what, $5 million of that man's money?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think it's just wild that
it's crazy that he didn't
you can have that type of conversation and be like, all right, I'll see you around. It's like, I feel
that's what I was gonna say.
I got to Papi right now.
You don't bat an eye at $5 million? It's like you took $5 million? It's like, yeah, man. It's like, I mean, it's like, okay. I just came to you like a man. I'm just saying, like, bro, you got $5 million. I'm on
probably know, like, you know,
right.
what type of time he's on.
Right.
So they're probably like, all right, we gotta.
I mean, your time's about to stop ticking. If you first of all, you shot at my baby moms and my mother.
And my mother.
You know what I mean? And like, granted, I popped your brother.
Yeah.
And it's like, I hear you. But like, and I came over here to try to squash it, and you're not trying to squash it. It's like, well, I'm not walking out of here.
Right.
Because then it's like, who knows the next time that you try to pull something.
Right.
Said, bro, just give me half back, please.
I'm just moving up my list of favorite characters, man.
Geez.
Yeah.
Jerome?
Yes.
I mean, he's been running. Yo, teaching people how to squabble.
Teaching people how to squabble.
Like that was
next time you gotta get this hammer. yo. And for his shorty to pull out, I'm like, pick your man up.
She was like, stay right there.
Pick your man up. Go ahead, pick him up. It's like, yo, the look on Jerome's face.
I was like, damn, bro.
The look on his face when he said, teaching mans how to squabble. I was like, yo, it was so much pain in his face, man. Like, yo, I was like, oh yeah, Jerome, you done moved up the list, man.
He's always been at the top of the list, though.
Oh yeah. But it was a strong first
Louis
between him and what's Franklin's boy's name?
Leon.
Yeah, Leon. I like
the radical Leon now.
Yeah, the radical.
You down with woke Leon?
No, I like woke Leon. I like woke Leon.
I think Sissy tried to like go in there and tell him like how he needs to handle his business. I was like, I don't know. I guess you're the right person to talk to him and like try to talk him down.
She was a Panther, all right?
Yep.
So I was like, I'm with it. But I was like, I really want to see where it goes because he was like, for a second, he was about to load up. He went to Hobby and was like, yo, like I need air surface missiles. I need motor. I was like, damn.
He was ready to go.
He was about to blow up the station. He's like, I don't care if I die. I will be a martyr, but they will know.
When they pulled up and like, you know, they shot Hobby's boy, I thought he was going to pick it up out of the case of, I was like, oh, we GTA now. So
right. Yo, listen, when that man showed up with them joints though, he's like, yeah, I don't need them no more. He's like, yo, bro.
What? Like, these don't got receipts.
He's like, you can't cancel an order. This ain't Amazon. I was like, yeah, I'm all set.
Do y'all think Louis and Jerome could do stuff without Franklin?
100%.
They're like definitely trying to separate themselves from him and his businesses, and
they got like that wild family down south that they were doing stuff that we haven't seen them tap into
or heard from.
But it's like I feel like they got some stuff moving in that direction, so that way they can skedaddle. Like when
I feel like the Louis is brains and Jerome's will always be the muscle. But I think the way things always worked was because they had more than a couple collective minds, being Louis and Franklin. Mm-hmm. If like you separate the two of those, like I don't really know. I can't answer that.
Whose side are you more on? I feel like Franklin's wilding like a little bit with Louis, and that's like I understand why she's like, yo, like no. Like you do stuff for you, but then you say it's for all of us.
6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. You could plead good for one and then still say bad for the other. You ain't never heard that before?
I cannot say that I have.
What?
He said, what?
Yeah, man, it's the same.
Repeat that again.
6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Either way, you still got the same thing. It's just how you look at it or how you describe it. Like I got 6 eggs here, or I got a half a dozen eggs here. It's the same thing. It's just
6 eggs here and 6 eggs here.
No, because that don't give you the understand. Come on, Mr. Rap, are you an MC, bro?
That's a bar.
That's not a double entendre. I don't think it is.
That's a bar.
Put it in the comments and let them know that they foolish. All right. Remember, you got the last one right.
Which
about assuming.
Yeah.
Right.
6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. That's a bar. Let me know if that's a bar.
It is. When we're gonna look it up after the pod, and then you're gonna apologize to everybody that agrees with me. Nick.
Well, why do we gotta apologize? I ain't never made you apologize.
No. Mr. Chubb Chelios, I know that you always are in the comments. Please let these mans know that I'm right, okay?
I can't wait because the Nick's gonna be like,
but that could be like an 80s bar.
Huh?
It could be like an 80s bar.
It's still a bar. I don't care what you're saying. I don't care what you're saying. How many 80s bars or 90s bars or type of rap that y'all ain't grow up with that y'all still listen to that impacts the way you rhyme today? All right, we'll move on.
Now there's turns of phrases that older people say that just don't make no damn sense. This is one of them. Like jive pimp talk. Like that.
My homie Sam, shout out to Sam. He used to tell me, like, don't worry about the mule going blind, just load the wagon. Fire. Once I understood what it meant, I was like, fire. Yes. Yeah.
Fire might be a little too far.
No. It's literally telling you, don't worry about everything else that's going on. Just do the job that you need to do, and everything else will work itself out. All right? You worried about all this other stuff, and why you worried about that? The job you need to be doing is not getting done. Don't worry about the mule going blind. Just load the wagon. That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
That's all right. I'm getting too OG for these cats right now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I feel like we're getting like some like riled up raisins.
I
So
only got.
I'm trying
That's
to
all
let you
right.
go.
That's all right. It's all right. I only got one more in the Insomnia Hour.
Like,
That's what we doing. That's what we doing.
The bar was moving.
I'll put some fire.
we're about to turn red.
I'm about to put some fire emojis on here. I only got one more show and then we'll be out of the Insomnia Hour. All right. So the homie Craig Robinson, is it Robinson?
Yeah.
Has a new show coming out called Killin It.
Yep.
I don't like the idea of the TV show.
Why not?
But Craig Robinson is fired. I will literally watch anything that he's in because he's hilarious.
Do you want to give him a synopsis of this?
I will. So he's basically in between jobs, we'll say, very low on funds. The mother of his son is now dating a new guy who's going to be moving to like Columbus or something like that. And unless he could find a way to like fund being able to take care of his child, it's a good chance that he could lose the opportunity to see his son. So
more black men play.
Right. So he's like literally catching an Uber somewhere and this girl hops out and kills a snake and throws it in the car with him. And he's like, yo, what are you doing? It was like, oh, there's this contest where like these snakes are like eating crops and animals and they're a detriment to the environment. So whoever kills the most snakes wins 20 grand. So he's going to spend the whole show trying to catch snakes with this girl so that he can get 20 grand to try to say like, my son can stay here. He doesn't have to move to Columbus.
Is it supposed to be like a serious show or is it funny?
Both.
I mean, it's Craig Robinson. It's got to be funny.
I'm saying because he's hilarious.
It's definitely going to be some comedy. It's definitely some comedy in there because I know in the previews, this is not a spoiler because the show's not out yet, of course, but she kills a snake and throws it back in the Uber. He's like, I'm not okay with this. You're supposed to just be dropping me off. And then, of course, midway through the ride, the snake wakes up and it's like, yeah. And he's like, ah. This is like real Craig Robinson moment. It had a real hot tub time machine moment to it. So I was just like, yeah, it's pretty dope. Real Pizza Hut commercial-ish. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure it's on Peacock. Right,
it's definitely on Peacock. Definitely on Peacock. I didn't get a date for it, but I'm pretty sure it's really soon because this is like the third trailer that came out.
Oh, this is the first. When you sent it, that was the first time I seen it.
Oh yeah, this was the third one that
I never heard of it.
Yeah. Keep your eyes out. Keep our eyes peeled.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. I know we don't have any popcorn Papi today. Did you go catch a movie?
Don't stop! Pop that! Pop that!
Uh-oh.
I did not see anything.
Oh, shucks. But he had some fire for us.
But I know next week the big movie that's supposed to be coming out is the Morbius, the Jared Leto vampire Marvel movie.
I am all set.
The reviews have been coming in, and it is being universally panned. Like people are saying that this is the worst superhero movie ever. And now I can't wait to see it because before I was like, I hate the fact that I have to see this movie, and then I was like, oh, now I need to see how bad this movie is because people are just like, it is awful. Like,
if he goes to refill his popcorn and his soda during the movie, we already know
it's bad. Like, yo,
he gonna come in here and be like, Raisin, you can watch this on your phone. Like, I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm like, nah, you can read this in the newspaper. Like, that's what I'm pretty sure. Like, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. But yeah, that's if that's it.
Yeah, that's all I had. It was like I saw the reviews for that come out.
What you got is coming out soon too.
Sonic 2,
and Ambulance.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm really waiting for.
Yeah,
my man Yaya, I can't remember what his last name is. Like Matube. I don't want to reveal. Like, he was Candyman.
There you go.
You know
I will never watch it. I will never watch it.
He was Morpheus in the new Matrix.
Scarred.
But like my favorite role that he's done was in the Watchmen show. I don't want to spoil who he was in that show, but he was amazing in it.
That's the Regina King show, right?
Yes, sir.
I told you I was gonna watch it. I'm gonna try to get into it.
I guarantee you, like once you watch it, you're gonna be like, why didn't I watch the show earlier? And I'd be like, yo, I've been trying to tell you, but you don't want to listen.
All right, I got you.
Because one hand, no.
No. I was gonna say one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face, which is also a good one.
But that's what I used to say a lot. Yeah, that's why it's a good one. I used to say it all the time.
Here we go.
But if I'm not mistaken, I did get it from you. So. One.
It's a knee slapper. Oh, this your space right here?
Don't touch my Let's put the counter up. That was one thigh touch. We're about 45 minutes in. 45 minutes in, and that was a touch.
It's a knee slapper.
That wasn't his knee, but like, he was almost
beat to me.
It's your knee.
Don't worry, you'll be all right, man. You're safe here. This is.
Why you being rough with my thing?
Yeah. All right, we're moving on, man. Man. Trying to talk about some basketball. You ready for some basketball?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, you're not picking up the mic today? Go. The fade out. Now you see the fade out. So the fade out has gotten so perfected. All right.
Genius.
All right. So first things first, I really wanted to start with this topic because we actually have a Brooklyn Nets fan in the building today. Look at this.
Y'all exist? Where were you before? New Jersey Nets fan?
No, I was at Golden State, and then I was.
Oh no! Hold on. Everything I just said is stricken from the record. What? Oh, so you just a KD fan?
Wherever he go, that's where I go.
Oh, he's one of those guys. Y'all new age babies.
My whole family from Brooklyn too, so it was just right that he landed there. It was like for me, we
really?
back home.
How old are
I was
you?
born in Brooklyn. I'm 27.
I'm trying to think. Like, so before KD, what fan were you?
Floating.
Okay, just casual.
I was floating.
Oh,
I was floating. You know, Detroit here.
oh,
hey! I ain't mad about that.
Man,
You should have stuck around in Detroit.
I'm about to leave, man. Y'all can have this seat. Y'all can finish the show together, man. Y'all two is Ebony and Ivory over here, man.
Wait, hold on. I've never wavered on my fandom. Let's relax.
No, I'm just saying. He's
You're
talking this Detroit stuff, man. This.
But I was a Chris Paul fanatic before KD.
And I understand why.
Yeah, so Chris Paul definitely number 2 on my list. So I definitely followed him around too.
That's what's up.
And then KD was.
So Brooklyn plays Phoenix in the finals. Like, how you gonna feel?
Brooklyn.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Okay.
Brooklyn.
So
Kyrie or Chris Paul?
I'm going Chris Paul, bro.
yeah,
Smart man.
Paul,
All right.
OG.
yeah, you have to.
OG.
You have to.
He a
I mean,
vet,
I
bro.
like Kyrie, but you can't. Yeah, we're not doing
Chris
that.
Paul, one of the 3 best point guards of all time. So
Yes.
you guys got, you know what I mean?
Right. All right. So I got a statement. I got a question.
Okay.
First statement is New York is no longer wilding. Kyrie gets to play his first home game tonight. His second debut of the year.
That's not how debuts work. You only get one debut. Only 2 debuts.
I don't know, man. He debuted in his season, and now he's debuting at home.
It's his home debut.
It's his home debut.
He's
His
back.
Second debut.
He's back.
Like you said,
It's not the
he's
second
so
debut.
bothered.
You don't get a second debut. That's the whole point of the word debut. You don't have 2 debuts. His home debut, that's it.
Oh no, man! I had 3 debuts at my birthday party. Came out with 3 outfits, man. Each one was a debut.
You had a re-entrance. It's a difference. It's not debut.
You left, came back.
Gone for a minute now. I'm back again.
All right.
I'm gonna let him speak on it. You the Nets fan. What you feel like? It's lifted. Kyrie's playing home games now. How you feel about it? I mean, you gotta feel ecstatic.
I feel great. You know, he's back. You know, who we got coming up? We got the Bucks coming up, which is gonna be probably our toughest game.
Not yet.
But I'm still concerned because we're still 8th seed right now.
I was like, say 7th or 8th.
Really? We're that far down?
But they did just spank Miami last night, and like that did something.
But still, we're gonna have to play the Raptors in the play-in in Toronto, and Kyrie cannot play that game.
Yep.
Why?
Because
he's still not unvaccinated. People aren't allowed.
Oh, in Toronto. Wow.
So that's right there is gonna be, trouble.
And Toronto's one of those teams where it's like some nights they're amazing, like you know what I mean, like they're weird. They're just a weird team all the way around. It's like I wouldn't want to play them because I don't know what I'm getting from them.
I don't want to see them. I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy.
That's gonna be tough.
Siakam looking like a dryer spinning around like 1,000,001 times. You don't do that.
Do you like the way your team looks without James Harden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the question.
I think we're solid. That was
the question.
I
believe I asked this before. Were the Nets better without James Harden? I feel like the ball flows a little more. Sorry, we got food upstairs.
Excuse me.
We're hoping for a ring.
I just feel like Kyrie can dominate the ball a bit. You know what I mean? And when KD gets the ball in his hands, he does get up quick shots, but he does like having 3 ball dominant guys on the same team is kind of tough. You know what I mean? Ben Simmons should be coming back soon. Maybe that'll help you out with your Toronto
He's
run.
not coming back.
Yo, did you see his face? He was like,
that Ben Simmons, that boy watching.
It was almost like, hey, your dad said he's gonna pick you up at 9. Like, he not coming.
Could you just call my mom? Just call my mom.
He said Ben 10's watch is broke.
Yo, that sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. Yeah, but
we still got a lot of
the time. You have time.
And
you
we
have
got
time
a lot
to
of
move
players
on.
that are solid.
I think the Steph Curry edition was a lot bigger than people give him credit for.
I thought Andre Drummond was big too.
Solid.
Yeah, he hit him when he hit Miami with the peace
sign.
Yeah, he was wild. It looked sloppy.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. But I was happy for him because I was like, look at that big guy. Look at that big guy.
D-Town representative. I was all there for it.
All he had to do was go like this.
Yeah, he was tripping. But listen, man, he gets to do there what other people weren't allowing him to do on their roster. Right. So, I mean, little stuff like that can reinvent a man, and, you know. So we'll see what happens. I'm not rooting for y'all.
Early. How the Knicks going?
So, in other news,
we got Batman and Gotham.
I'm pretty sure y'all saw this, and everybody else has as well. But Jimmy Butler almost got his top knocked off by Udonis Haslem.
About to find a real top boy right there.
As soon as Udonis got to talking crazy and put the battery in Spoelstra's back, because that man was on the court like, you talking, slam the board down and everything.
Like Spoelstra for like a minute was like, he had this look of like, is this really about to happen? And then he was like,
I'm not fighting you.
Yes, I'm not. And then it was like, all right, now I gotta fight this dude. And it's like that. And then Haslem showed up. Then he's like, oh, now I'm chirping.
Right. Now my homies is here. Now you don't. Now what happened? Keep that same energy. I'm like,
you're lucky he holding me back. You're lucky he holding me back.
Right. He threw the clipboard down. Somebody picked it up. Was like, here, man.
Come on, man.
We know you're not like this.
You even break it.
All right. Man was like, slam. Like that's what. I don't know exactly what the argument started from. But
apparently it was some sort of play calling that was going on. And like they were losing.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Butler was upset about how some of the play calling was going, and he was telling Spo, was like, nah, we need to do this. And Spo was like, no, we're gonna keep something like this. And he's like, this is what I'm talking about. And then that's when it turned into one of those things.
Yes.
And I've been telling y'all about Jimmy Butler, and nobody wanted to listen to me. He's been this cat the whole time. And it was like last year the Heat went far, they were doing the whole Heat culture. Jimmy Butler is the most amazing teammate of all time. I'm like, he's flamed out literally everywhere he's been, and he does this everywhere that he goes. And I don't get the Jimmy Butler hype that everybody gives him. I think Bam Adebayo have more to do with their success than he did.
Does he leave Miami?
If he does, it's because they're sending him somewhere. Like he's got that big extension. He's not going nowhere. The thing is, I don't know who would want him. He makes like $35 million a year. Like unless they want to take Russell Westbrook for him, like who's taking him? And that's not happening. Could you imagine Jimmy Butler and LeBron on the same team?
That actually might not be too bad.
But I'm saying, like, imagine playing that team. Like, I'd be mad as hell. I'm like, come on, man. This is annoying as hell. Like, I don't want to play these guys.
You got the guy who can score the most points and the guy who can defend the guy who scores the most points.
And then they got a man made of glass. Look over here, got a glass cannon. It's like, this team is unpredictable.
And paper skin.
Kendrick Nunn, who apparently doesn't exist. Like,
I forgot about Kendrick Nunn.
Kendrick Nunn forgot about playing basketball. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in LA. I feel like we always somehow end up back in LA because they're just an intoxicating story about like what's going on over there.
Yeah, I know in other news, to segue, they did recently let go of a point guard some time ago who just got signed to a full contract in Charlotte. Shout out to the boy Isaiah Thomas. He keeps proving his worth no matter what. No matter what. I mean, like, and he had 3 words he had to say. I think it was like all thanks to God or something like that. But it was just like that man been going through it. He's been going through it. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of people just not believing in what he can do. He's like, all right, so I just need to drop 70 points a game and maybe I'll get a contract. You know what I mean? And
that'll do it.
That's what he did. That's what he did. He went out there, he balled out. I think he was on a 10-day contract with Charlotte. And I think he got signed before the 10 days was up. And they gave him a full contract out to the end of the season. So hoping the best for that man.
You got a lot of guards over there.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't understand why they want him so bad.
A whole lot of because who is doing something when Melo is not doing something.
Where's your boy Montrezl? Terry Rozier.
I forgot they had Terry, but he's a little up and down. A little up and down. One day he's all on Sports Center, and the next day you forget he's on the roster.
Then whatchamacallit? I wish I could remember the cat's name, but there was our first ever Big 3 player that was drafted by the Big 3, played in the Big 3, just got signed to an NBA contract. So he's like the first person to make that transition. It's like Xavier something. He just got signed to the Celtics, and stuff like that. And I was like, doesn't Joe Johnson count? But it's like, no, he wasn't drafted by the Big 3. Like he just was in the NBA, played in the Big 3. But this kid was drafted into the Big 3, played last season. I guess he did okay. And then he just recently got signed to the Celtics.
That's dope. You get a contract off the Big 3?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so like that just adds more validity to what Ice Cube and them are doing over there.
Thanks.
I like that. And I like how you use that Benny the Butcher.
Because I was going to do it. What I bring to the game? Validity. You was about to slap that thigh again. I saw you. He's like,
I was not. I was respecting boundaries here. Come on.
I'm about to uncuff these arms real quick and show you what's going on.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You know, the rappers can get violent, man.
That's not on camera. Not gonna get violent on camera.
Is there anything else in the Hardwood Check-in?
We got 2 more. They're really quick hits. Vanessa Bryant sealed up the collaboration to say that the Kobe estate with Nike will stay alive, except for now. I don't know where it would look in the future. You never know how these things are going to roll out, but for right now, they'll still be on the Kobe wave. So I don't know if that means like new Kobe's or just keep putting out the old Kobe's that have come out. Maybe have like some clothing line or something like that. Maybe some Gigi stuff. I don't know how it's going to look, but I'm hoping that Vanessa Bryant is involved in it.
I know. Well, she's 100% involved, and it's like some way somehow. I don't know who their lawyer is or like what they worked out, but like 100% of the proceeds go to like the Mamba Gianna Foundation.
That's dope.
And I was like, if that's the case, then like, why is Nike even making them if 100% of the proceeds go there? Like, I can understand if like 85 or something like that, but it's like Nike gets a piece of it.
I didn't know that fact.
So like, I'm pretty sure they are just going to be re-releases for the time being, and they'll probably come up like, hey, we did the whole re-release thing for 2 years. Now let's do some new Kobe stuff, and like that's where it'll come back around. It was like it's kind of like one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. You know?
Right. I could see something going as far as like they have a Kobe shoe that's like exclusive to like whatever team Gigi was gonna play for. She was gonna go to UConn? Was it UConn? I know there was a school that she had aspired to go and play for in college. So maybe it was like a Lady Kobe line. You know what I mean? You never know what it was. I thought it was UConn, but I'm not completely sure. But it's tons of places or tons of things you can do with that. And the Kobe support is like it's never gonna die out. I feel like it's always gonna be supporters there. Like it's gonna be a staple in basketball. I mean, it's like if like this has happened so long ago, but it still feels like yesterday. You know what I mean? And it's just like when you have a feeling like that about that type of loss, it's really not hard to get people to want to be sold in. So yeah, shout out to the Bryants. And lastly, update on Brittany Griner. They have been able to
free BG
talk to her, I guess, and see her and know that she's in good health. They still are saying that she could face up to 5 years in prison
for some vapes.
Yeah, so it's hashish oils. So
is that not vapes?
Yeah, but I just don't know what the legalness of it is.
I usually don't smoke oils. I do different things with oils. That's why I need you to like help me out. Like, what are these for? No.
I don't know either, man. I'm not a smoker, man. So I'm assuming it's something that would go into a vape pen. Yeah, I'm assuming it's something that would go into a vape pen. I'm not completely sure, but I just don't understand why the penalty of it is so harsh. I think what is super intriguing to me is that there are reports saying that the U.S. have urged people not to make this a big deal. So no like free Brittany tags or
just said free BG,
right? Like no rallies to say, hey, let's get Brittany Griner some support, because they're feeling like the more emphasis we put on trying to help Brittany, the more likely Russia is to use her as an asset in this whole war that's going on, which sounds crazy.
Definitely does. So we can't try to support and get a black queen out of prison.
It's a lose-lose situation. It's just like she's there, which is a loss. And it's two, like you're saying, we can't say anything, which is also a loss. So it's just like, I'm supposed to just forget about this person that I care about that's over in Russia that could possibly do 5 years. And it's like, it sounds crazy. I
wonder, like, the ramifications of this when it comes to, like, the WNBA. So, like, WNBA players, they play in the WNBA, and then in the offseason, they go overseas to play ball. Like, that's how Brittany Griner wound up getting caught up in this situation and stuff like that. So, like, I wonder how much this is going to deter our stars from going over there, because like they make way more money over there.
Agreed.
So it's like if they give them more money over here, then they won't need to go over there, and then we could avoid this whole thing altogether.
Right.
So maybe show some love and some respect to our WNBA players, because it's like I feel like the only people who don't show them respect are like casual fans, because like I think most people that watch basketball, we like watching women's basketball, we like watching WNBA. NBA players love to support and watch WNBA players. Mm-hmm. So it's like, give them their bread so they can stop putting themselves in danger to try and make some money.
Duly noted and well said. I'm not even gonna come up behind that, because that's a real fact. That's a real fact. Like it's kind of like saying like somebody who's trying to work 2 or 3 jobs and take care of their household, they would not have to if the one job they was getting like
was a livable wage.
Right. You know how many teachers I know that are working secondary jobs, and these are the people that spend the most time with your children throughout the day, and you don't want to pay them. It's like
cut the check.
Right.
Why do you think we got so many Canaans and stuff in the streets? Because we're not making the money that we need to make out in the world. So we got to find a way to make it on our own. But then you want to lock us up for trying to make some money when you're not giving us the money that we need to survive. And you got to send the worst conditions.
Boy, preaching over there. You said it was Sunday.
It is Sunday.
Hey,
like,
listen. All right.
Church on Sundays.
Hey,
brunch on Sundays.
Here he is. All right. Well, I mean, that's all we have for the Hardwood Check-in. Okay. I mean, we can move on over to home cooking.
Okay. I'm coming home again. Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? Cause I'm coming home again. Welcome to the with Big Nasty and Uncle Raisin.
And our homie Dewey again.
I was right. Yeah. I'm glad you took it from me. I had it.
Yes. Yes.
You took it from me.
Finally got one.
Finally got one. I was just like,
watch your thighs, because he's coming. He's coming.
Yo. All right, so listen, home cooking is real quick. First things first, youth football is coming back. Every time. Youth football is back. Spring leagues is kicking off, man. So we get to see our little dudes get out there, start getting their workouts in, and start being a part of the community. Shout out to all those coaches that we know do not get paid for this, and they come out and spend their quality time with these kids to make sure that, you know, their lives are being enriched and they have something to do other than turn it into Canaans. With youth football, I don't want to overlook the fact that we have a number of youth cheerleaders that also cheer on those football players and have now began to compete in like competitions and stuff like that. So we're making sure that we're reaching all aspects of our kids in the community.
Yeah. It's cold in here.
Hey,
there must be some eagles in the atmosphere.
Wow. Ice. Yo. So that is hilarious, but it just lets you know, like, how important that is. You know what I mean? It's super important. Not just for the people who get to watch it, but the people who get to be involved in it. So shout outs to Tigers Youth Football.
Keep doing your thing.
Word. Second thing, things are getting real right before the weather changes. So this has been an ongoing thing, I think, since last year. So we know that when the season changes, the one thing that does change is the way people get around town. Okay. And they usually park in the cars and they pulling out the bikes. All right. So as of recently, I know that we've seen a lot of kids like wheeling bikes, like regular bicycles, and they got the little bike crews. Now Springfield's starting to look like Philly and Meek Mill, and we got dirt bikes all over the place. Yeah, you know, it's like when something culturally happens, it's not hard for that thing to spread. To not spread worldwide. But the city is not happy about it. There are a number of different people that are complaining about the noise, the unsafe transit of dirt bikes on the road, and it's gotten so far to the point to where they are arresting dirt bikers. So I think now, before the summer has even hit, it's been like at least 10 kids arrested, like 14 bikes seized. They have also put in a ban. They were looking into making it a ban, and I think it had just been passed that gas stations will not be allowed to sell gas to people riding dirt bikes, which is not exactly. So just like I don't know if it comes with a fine, like if we catch you selling gas to somebody on a dirt bike, we're going to fine your establishment. I don't know how that works. I'm assuming, because that's the only thing that would get me to say I'm not selling this gas that I sell to make money. You're going to tell me I'm going to get fined and I probably wouldn't sell the gas. So they're banning that, and they're trying to destroy bikes as they seize them from riders. And yeah, that's what the summer is looking to be. I think it's concerning for me only because it makes it more exciting for the young men to ride the dirt bikes. Because now it's just like it feels like a movie almost. Like, not only am I having fun riding with a group of my friends on ATVs and dirt bikes, now if the fuzz show up, now we know we all got to go different ways.
I was like, this man just said the fuzz show up.
Yeah, man, it's a bike turn. Y'all better get hit.
Talking a lot of jive today.
It's a bike turn. All right,
OG, we get it. Like,
all
that's what we heard.
All right, I'm just saying, that ain't an OG term. I learned that from riding bikes. You know what I mean? So it's like,
remember Jakes?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have any
12. Yeah, I like it.
Listen, man. All of that. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have any take or anything you want to add to that, but it does definitely concern me because now you have the backing of political powers to stop kids from riding dirt bikes.
Do either of y'all ride?
I do.
I'm getting into it. Not dirt bikes, but I feel like it's I think it's terrible. I think it's an outlet for minorities, to do something like fun, and creative, but they're trying to take that away from us. So it's like, why?
Well, I think. Go ahead. Well, just to answer your question, I think that it's the age-old tale of like one bad apple spoils the batch.
The few always ruin it for the many.
Right. So a lot of kids are doing this recreationally, and yes, it does come times where there's more bikes on the road than there are cars, and they are more navigationable than the cars are. So some people will get frustrated in transit, but there have been some instances where a couple bikers have like checked somebody who was like maybe trying to run a bike off the road or had some words at a red light that might have turned into fisticuffs, which adds to the complaints of the noise ordinance and other people.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah, I'm dropping gems today, man.
I don't know if they're gems that you drop. Like,
they are gems. They are gems. I was ready to have a rapper on the show. I'm making sure that I'm going ham today. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. One thing about being in the entertainment business, you got to be confident about what you put out there.
You're darn to it. That's a little insider.
That's really you darn to it.
That's a little insider right there. You want to know where it came from, right?
I was gonna let it go, but apparently you want to tell the story.
I don't. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna do it off camera. But yeah, so I don't know if you have anything else you guys want to. Yeah. I'm old.
I was going with the same thing. It's like the few always ruin it for the many.
Yeah.
I've heard some stories about like going down to the Plainfield area.
Mm-hmm.
Like first of all, they don't respect
gas station.
They don't respect the traffic laws. So it's like people be at a red light, they're moving in and out of everything. I've seen ones where people pulled up on a wheelie and stomped on people's hoods and like done crazy stuff like that. They're disrupting traffic, and it's like when you're doing stuff like that, like that's gonna get people involved. And it's like when you're doing stuff like that, like I get it. But it's like I'm also on the same thing you said, where it's just like, but like that's not what everybody's doing.
Right.
Just arrested these jerk offs. But then I guess like what happens is they go across city lines. So like what they'll do is they'll go to Plainfield, they'll do that stuff, and then as soon as the cops show up, they'll go all the way through until they get to Chicopee, and then once they get to Chicopee, the cops can't chase them no more.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's where it's becoming an issue. Is like it's being hard to lay down the law on those few. So then it's just like, well, now we just got to cast a wide net, and everybody's getting it.
Right.
But I was like, the idea of destroying somebody's thing that they pay for sounds wild.
Right. There's a lot of money in.
It's got like 4 or 5 bands, right, for a dirt bike.
They put a lot of money and hard work into them bikes, and
you can get a nice bike for a band or 2 bands, but everything that you want on the bike to make it yours to soup it up is going to cost more money. So you would be looking around that price. But like you said, the city lines aren't going to help either because Chicopee and Holyoke are fastly following suit. So it's going to be like an everywhere type thing.
Damn.
Yeah. So hope the summer stays safe, man. We got a lot to worry about more than having to worry about like police and politicians and young men on bikes going at each other, and women, because there are women bikers out there too. All right, that's it.
It's not it. Because I know that we did on a little bit like in the digging in the crates.
Okay.
But it was like we are talking about home cooking, and we got a hometown hero right here.
Hey.
So I mean, like I know you said you got some stuff in the works.
You play high school ball in West Side.
Doing all that type of stuff.
We was ranked in Western Mass. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. You feel me?
But like I didn't know like if you wanted to give like a quick 3-4 minutes, like you don't have to do like a monologue or anything like that. It just be like like who you are, like where you came from. So I think like the easiest thing to start off with is like you rapping.
Yeah.
So like who's the people that you was listening to? Who was your inspiration? It's like
that's a good question.
Since a youngin,
who's the one that you were just like like this might be like where I'm at?
I don't know, cause my dad is a hip hop head, like fanatic, So growing up, we never was playing no R&B, cleaning up in the house. It was always Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say y'all was in the what you call it, like y'all was doing the dishes, listening to the locks.
Yeah,
I get you shot in the head, a shot in the neck, if I ain't getting proper respect. Like
that part, but listening to Biggie, it was just my dad's from Brooklyn, so it was always Biggie, Wu-Tang, them real old school hip hop head.
Ooh, do we have a favorite Wu-Tang member?
Me?
Yeah.
Method Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Yeah.
Is there who you listening to like now? Like who's the guys like now that you are like, yo, these are the hottest out? Or like I don't want to say like
I could give you my top 5.
Ooh, top 5. Oh, okay.
That inspired me and definitely have a part to play on the music I make today. Off the rip, Meek Mill.
Okay.
Been my favorite rapper since what 2010.
This is before I'm a Boss. Since before then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and my boys used to watch his
when he
battles.
When he had the dusty braids, like around that time, he was still there.
Super crusty cornbread, you know.
Who was this boy that I don't want to butcher his name? The one that passed away.
Lil Snoop.
Lil Snoop, because I remember when they used to do a lot of stuff together and whatnot.
Yeah. So Meek Mill definitely off the rip.
I was about to call him Snooty. And I was like, we're not giving him free press. No.
Shout out to those boys.
Snooty Wild, what's up?
Cole, he definitely shaped us for sure on the stuff he was talking about. We related to Cole. Myself, we related to Cole heavy. You know, going to college and doing all that, playing basketball, girls, all that. Cole was
this last album rollout that he had. Cole made sure he hit all of them. He's like, I'm gonna play basketball in Africa. Like I'm gonna do this. Like I'm having beats. Like I'm rapping. I'm doing features. He's doing everything.
Yeah, fact. So Meek, Cole, Fab, bar heavy, crazy, Brooklyn. You know, Lil Durk.
I see a trend.
Lil Durk.
I don't like everybody keeps telling me about Lil Durk. They keep trying to get me to get out. And I was like, I hear him on certain stuff and I'm like, yo, he's nice. But I'm like, what's the thing that I need to listen to be like, this is the Durk. If you want to know what Durk is, like this is the project you need to get on.
Bro, Durk is crazy. And he influenced me now as far as like the auto-tune, and because I do a lot of auto-tune now and just saying, you know, real stuff, harmonizing the melodies and stuff like that, but also like giving good content and actually saying something.
You said you want to harmonize?
You got the auto-tune on this? You got the auto-tune on this. You feel me?
I'll just chop you in the throat while you're laughing. In the night.
Last but not least, Nipsey.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I follow Nipsey's, like, I heard of him way back in probably like 2008. He had a song with Drake because we was heavy on Drake at the time. I think it was called Killer. That's the first time I ever heard him. And then like I fell off, haven't heard his name for a while. And then when he dropped the mixtapes for $100, we was like, wait, what?
I remember when he made the big, the big leap, where it was like, whoa, like I remember when
it was like, what, bro? Let me tap in and see what. And then Crenshaw was just such a classic album, and then everything that followed up after that was crazy. And then, you know, obviously what had happened to him was that hit home. That was like my dad's generation, them losing Tupac.
Damn.
To me, that's how it
what
was.
A perspective. Yeah, that's crazy.
That I shed some tears for that. That was crazy. But yeah, that's my top 5 for sure. That influenced me. Yeah.
I was gonna say like who your
real
peers.
point of view.
I was like, I don't know. I was like,
My
everybody's
peers.
on your level. level.
No, I got a couple peers out there that's doing their thing. You know?
But like you said, you use the auto tune and like you do it like more harmonizing and stuff like that. And like I don't know if you saw the Drink Champs with Remy Ma on it.
No, it just came out recently, right?
Yeah, but like she's been making a lot of headlines on it because she's talking about Doja Cat. And she's like, you know, I don't understand why people call Doja Cat a rapper. And then like, you know, they're kind of like, well, I mean, Doja Cat does like the pop music, but it's like she's rapping on this pop music. And like a lot of the arguments that people were making, they were like, well, how is Lauryn Hill a rapper and not Doja Cat? And I was like, think y'all going a little too far? Because like granted, like the Miseducation Lauryn Hill was very like R&B influence and stuff like that. But I was like, when she was on the Fugees, she was rapping all the time. Like, that's what she was doing. So like, I don't know if like I feel like Doja Cat is a pop artist.
But hip hop is pop music now.
Now it's the most popular.
You feel me?
So trying to make it.
I mean, I feel like it's the most popular genre in music today, right?
I don't even think you need to feel it. I think it's like fact. It's like backed and everything. It's 100%.
So it's like that's literally pop culture, like hip hop, and it's pop culture now. So it's like,
would you consider Doja Cat a rapper?
A rapper? Nah.
That's what I'm saying. That was the whole argument.
She don't rap though. I don't feel like she doesn't rap.
I don't listen to her.
I heard a couple of songs where it's just like it sounds more of like, I guess the genre is pop.
Because like I kind of feel the same way about like someone like Travis Scott. Like people be like, oh, Travis Scott like top 5, but I'm like, is Travis Scott even really a rapper anymore? Like when like the stuff that he's doing doesn't even sound like I never heard of fresh Travis Scott 16 before. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's like it's just like a different like.
But people then it's like I guess it's I don't know. Then what's rap at that point?
I mean, I'm asking the rappers. What's rap? What's beef? Because when you need 2 gas to go to sleep, you know what I mean? Like,
I knew it.
Is melodies and stuff like that? Is that not rapping? Is it? I don't know. I guess it's subjective.
Everything's so blended now. It's almost like basketball, positionless basketball. It's like everybody's doing everything.
But it's all hip hop at the end of the day. To me, it's all hip hop.
And that's what I was gonna say. I just feel like it's a cultural aspect that influences everything to be a version of what the reality is. And that's where it starts from hip hop. So whether you calling it pop or rock or whatever it is, it's just like it's still a cultural aspect of where it started from.
Because Uzi was getting that a lot when he first came out. Like they were like, what he's doing is not rapping.
Right. And you got to think where hip hop first started, it was a lot of melodies. Like,
I mean, Rakim's main song was like, check out my melody. You know what I mean? Just like, I just want to know. Because like I said, it was a big thing that they was coming at Remy Ma about it. But like, I think that's what it really is like us East Coast rappers, man. Like us East Coasters, like we're so used to like, yo, if you don't got bars, you don't got punchlines, you don't got a 16, whatever you're doing is something different.
It's not rap.
And then like that's it. And like we get real defensive.
Or it's not hip hop. But that's like a lot of the older generation tend to do that.
Yeah.
You know? But to us, it's just.
I mean, they do say they basketball. They like they shooting all these threes. That ain't real hooping. That ain't real.
Here we go.
I gotta crap on 90s basketball at some point. I do it too much.
Such a hater.
I didn't say I was a hater though, but I loved it. But it was
that's why people be like, yo, I'm not a rapper, I'm an artist. It's just art, you know?
Yeah, because like Kanye's not even doing the same thing Kanye was doing no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the sounds morph.
I don't know what Kanye's doing.
I'm just saying it's still a cultural influence because the first person I ever heard say that was Prince. You know what I mean? It's like, so get with it, man.
How'd you feel about Donda?
Did I listen? I didn't listen to the whole thing. I'm gonna be honest. I listened to some stuff. Every time I go back and listen to a song, I'm like, oh, this is fire.
Okay.
It's fire. I'm definitely picking Donda over for me, the Lover Boy.
Oh, not my guy.
I'm definitely picking Donda over
the
Lover
Boy. We out here.
You feel me?
We out here.
Papi's home. So
Ain't no champagne Papi's.
She moved out of state. So where can people find you?
Instagram, all that. Right there. You feel me? At Young King TR. We out.
Oh, look at that.
But now if you would have knocked the mic over.
Look at that landing, though.
It doesn't even have the boundaries around it no more, bro. Like you can so rough.
Put it down.
Just put it down. You don't need to do that.
You about to toss that joint. You guys be like,
and that's what you do with your brand. So like think about that.
Yeah, right? You just tossing my name out the window.
It's flying everywhere. It's all over the place.
I don't know about that one, my boy.
And they're letting it face down too. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Did it.
But yeah, check me out on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, SoundCloud. We got some new stuff coming on Apple Music and Spotify and all that type of stuff. Just trying to get the logistics of ownership and all that type of stuff. Just so we can put it on.
I love that word.
Put it on certain platforms, But video dropping tonight. So yeah, we outside. I'm trying to get back outside. Trying to get back on that stage, man. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite. I love performing. COVID hit and that slowed a lot of stuff down for us. Well, for me.
Well, people are ready to go back outside, so they don't care about it no more. Like people are chest to chest
outside.
with no shirts on.
Listen, they lifted that ban. It was kids going to school with no mask on. I was like, hey, where's your? Oh yeah, that's right.
we're back to the part where like when I wear my mask places, people look at me like I'm crazy. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess this is where we're at now.
Right.
Right.
Or like you do the thing where it's like, oh man, I forgot my mask. You're like, I'll be all right. And usually you are. Mile. But make sure you keep us posted so that way we can keep everybody else posted for other stuff that you got going on.
What's up with the video though? We supposed to
I sent him the details, man.
And I sent the details to him. I'm just the middleman.
I wanted to come see y'all in person so we can talk about it.
My bars is ready. I'm just
kidding. Anything like the jars, like, hear ye. That's what you about to be
I'm like, don't worry about the mule going blind, just load it.
I got 6 eggs in this hand,
half a dozen in the other.
You're gonna be like,
that's my heavyweight brother.
I'm like, yo.
No.
Where we at with it next?
We in the Blitz.
Okay. And I know there's one big thing I want to talk about, but I'm gonna let you go first. We'll do that. We'll get all the small potatoes out the way first.
No, go ahead and do your intro, man. Because you're not about to cut me off, man. Go ahead and grab the mic and get your little off, man.
Man, get out my way. Watch out as I come through. Busting in your line, cracking numbers into. When I bring the pain, that's what you gonna do. We harder than hard, rougher than rough. Rah! Clean out your locker. I'm out to get ya. Go ahead.
You sure? Look. Why you gonna be so rough with our things?
It's all loose now.
You know, loose neck baby. I'm crying. Yo, all right. So first things first, we'll get this out of the way. There's a max exodus still happening in the Greenbay Packer locker room.
Skedaddling from Wisconsin.
Marquise Valdez-Scantling just signed with the Chiefs.
Yep.
I can't remember the corner's name, but the corner just got up out of there.
Yep.
They are literally leaving in droves. I feel like the Packers organization or the team in that locker room has been lost by Aaron Rodgers. And everybody's just like, yo, I'm all set with this dude. You played Devontae. I'm not playing with you, and I'm out of here. And anybody who can find a way out is finding the way out.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And I feel like Tom Brady secretly texted everybody. He's like, you know, you can get more money elsewhere. Yeah. Tom Brady's getting everybody out of Green Bay to make it easier for him to NFC.
I don't know who's gonna throw the ball to.
The other team. That's what he does. I mean, that's what he does in the first round of the playoffs every year.
Oh.
Feedback out of it.
Shout out to them Packers fans.
Robert Tonyan is like, I'm about to eat this year.
All right. You gotta eat some concussions.
Yeah, for real. Them
one under and one over. As soon as you catch that ball, you are getting folded.
They're letting them catch it too.
Word. Like, we're gonna front tee you right quick and make you look like you sitting out in front of Old Navy 2 for 10.
My brother Alan Lazard, the lizard, he's about to get it in there.
No, I don't think so. I do not think so. It's really easy for you to make catches when they have to double Devontae Adams and they're worried about Tundra coming across the middle of the field. It's not going to look like that. They're gonna man up.
Aaron Jones?
They're gonna man up.
AJ Dillon?
Load the box, and that man's they're gonna be like, oh, how did Jameis throw 30 picks? I don't know. Aaron's about to show you. He's gonna get darn close. I'm telling you, man. But in other news, look at this face. The Dolphins just signed a wide receiver.
The question is, what you brought? The rock in the palm of my hand. What you got? I got John Madden. You got that right. The cheetah, Tyreek the freak, is on their way to Miami, baby. Welcome to Miami. And venimo a Miami. Like, yo, let's get it. And not only that, he brought over my man T-Stead. Teron Armstead is on their way too. Let's go. Patriots who? Patriots who? Patriots who? Mac Jones, Whack Jones. Go. You about to get gritty outside the playoffs again this year. What are you talking about?
That division don't belong to the Pats no more. It belongs to the Bills. You need to worry about the Bills.
I just see the Bill about to get paid. We got something for you. Got something.
Yeah, I still need a quarterback.
We got Teddy Bridgewater now. He's backing up. What's going on? And I believe in Tua.
Von Miller twice a year.
That's okay. That's 2 L's, but that's what we got. What we call it? There's 17 games in the season. You know what I'm saying? We go 15-2. We go feast off of these Patriots and Jets.
Yeah,
so let's go.
Nah, you got that right. You got that right. If you mess around, split games with the Bills, you win the division. So I'm just saying.
And I think we split games with the Bills this year. I'm saying, come on, man. Come on now.
Did y'all?
Yeah.
Impressive.
If there's one, so like obviously having Tyreek Hill there is super exciting, and it's like it opens up so many things for Jalen Waddle and stuff like that. But it's like I don't want to say I'm excited for him, but I think who it opens it up a lot for is Devontae Parker, because it's like, you know, you were the guy on the outside, and it's like you were the person that they were kind of doubling, where they were putting their best corner on you. Jalen Waddle was doing his thing over here, but it's like now people are more worried about Gesicki. They're more worried about Jalen Waddle. They're more worried about Tyreek Hill. So like now he gets to show why we paid him all that money, and it's like you're going to be in one-on-one coverage a lot. I think he's going to eat up a lot of those possessions and stuff like that. But like putting T-Stead on Tua's left side, I think it was one of the biggest moves that we made this offseason.
Yeah,
I like Teron Armstead.
No, I like it. Y'all look like y'all coming together. I just don't, like I said, y'all got to shore up what's happening with this QB situation. If Tua comes out here and handles his business, then y'all are legit. I like Teddy. So if it doesn't work and Teddy steps in, I think Teddy can get the job done as well. So,
but I think this year is the final trial run up to it. It's like, if you can't do it this time, then it's like we still have all of our draft picks. We still have all this other stuff. The quarterback class is a lot stronger next year. So it's like, this is your year to whatchamacallit. I think this is going to be his final year to figure out if he's even going to be a starting quarterback from here on out. You know what I mean? So like, if not, like, I think it's pretty easy to move on from, because our money's not tied up in a lot of places like that, because he's still on his rookie contract as well.
And Tyrann Mathieu still out there with no signing.
He is still out there. It is granted, like our corners and our secondary is like one of our best positions, so we don't really need that.
You add a honey badger and that joint looks official.
I mean,
but don't, because I want him to end up in Vegas anyway. So let's come on over honey badger.
Nah, man, y'all, I don't know, man. Like I feel like y'all got a lot of money tied up in. I don't think Garrett Waller. Devontae Adams.
That's it.
There's like 2 or 3 defensive players you guys paid big money to.
No,
I'm tripping. Casey Hayward.
No. Casey Hayward don't pay for us?
What do you mean? Casey Hayward's your corner. No? I'm tripping? Maybe your secondary was so bad.
No, we do have Hayward, but he doesn't get paid like that, bro.
Okay.
No, when you said Hayward, I was thinking of Pittsburgh, the D lineman. Okay. Camp. That's Camp. Yeah. But no, Casey Hayward nobody on this defense gets paid, bro. Max Crosby just got a new contract, and it's not a crazy contract, bro. Like nobody gets paid on this defense.
Okay.
I'm not saying it disrespectfully. They're all getting what they agreed to, but it's just like nobody has no crazy contract.
I don't know.
And come time June, there's going to be a whole bunch of money freed up to where we get to pursue more free agents. That's why I'm hoping these next couple months go a little quietly. So when this next round of free agency happens, we'll be in the mix.
I don't think if I'm Tyrann Mathieu, I don't want to go there anyways, because you try to tell me that if I come here, I have to play against Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, and Justin Herbert 6 times a year.
Defensive guys are the most competitive people in the game, bro. You're not going to tell them that they don't want to play against these quarterbacks. That's how you get your check.
Tell that to Jalen Ramsey. That boy was sweating.
Jalen Ramsey always talks that game about how he wants to play against the best. You ain't hear what he said about Russell?
What do you say about Russell?
This man says every time I come to Denver, I'm playing future.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
It's not playing, bro. He's
trying to disrespect you respectfully. Like, I get it. Like,
yes, he's on that KG Honey Nut Cheerios.
Russell Wilson got to crack somebody at some point, right? To let you know, like, I'm still 6'4", 2 something. Like, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah,
nice guys you need to look out for. He gotta catch you in a grocery store.
Yeah, what's his commercial? He's like Mr. Incredible, or what is it? Like what's his thing? I lost it.
Those moments right
I lost it. But it's all right, because like all I'm worried about is Jalen Waddle getting this ball. I'm like, man, get out my way. Watch out as I go through. That's all that matters.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
We got one more topic in this.
You try to tell me that, what you call it? Like, you're not excited to play with the Dolphins in Madden?
No, I'm going to be playing with the Raiders.
If you do the 3 randoms and your Dolphins come up, you're not be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely choosing the Dolphins. It's one of the most fun lineups that you can get right now.
I still have an issue with the quarterback situation. And you know Tua's ratings killed in that.
He was the second most efficient quarterback in the league last year.
They're gonna kill his rating in Madden.
He's got more time now. He's got T-Stat over here protecting him.
This guy's not listening to me.
And he's got the 2 fastest receivers in the league on the same team. He's gonna get the ball. Yo, I don't got time to be out here bullshit.
Man, gotta look at Tua's rating. It's gonna be like, I hate John Madden.
What you got, man? Teddy in the back of the depth chart.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They both gonna be rated 72. So I'm just saying.
You know how I do that, and I love them 72 quarterbacks.
Mark my words. Mark my words. All right. Lastly, we got some fool's gold. That's what I'm calling it. But Cap is gaining interest from a few teams to get back in the league and play QB. I think he had a phone call with the Seahawks, maybe.
Okay.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all.
Cap.
Yeah, for real.
Cap
for
on the
real.
cap.
For real. I feel like this is just another way for people to try to put a pacifier in some people's mouths and just say, hey, we're still trying to give Cap a shot, when y'all really realistically not trying to give Cap a shot. This brother's still in really good shape. He has some videos of him running and throwing the ball. Like he could play for Miami tomorrow.
Hey, come on, man. We'll take him.
I'm just saying, if you had to choose between Cap, Tua, and Bridgewater, who are you choosing? Look at this man. Look at this man.
When's the last time Cap played? 2018? 17?
I believe so.
So it's like, it's been 6 years since you've seen NFL defenses. I've seen what Tua's did last year. Watch out, they almost made the playoffs with them.
Fully recovered body, no injuries, been working out. Like, you don't think this man's not stunning?
So yeah, I think Cap,
not stunning.
If we're talking about like prime Cap, then it's like obviously.
But not even to be on your Dolphins right now. Like, how many teams right now have a really silly quarterback situation to where a Cap would not instantly improve the team?
We got the Texans.
Terrible.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Texans would be one. Panthers. I know that they're saying that they're kind of sticking behind Darnold, but there's that. Falcons. They got Marcus Mariota.
Yes.
It's like that, and then
the Giants,
Jets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's 6-7 teams out there.
There's plenty of places you can go just as an experiment. Like, all right, we still have this guy that we're going to go with. You bring in Cat, he wins a couple games, and you're like, oh shoot, let's see what happens. If not, you're just saying, okay, we have a backup QB. But like I said again, I think it's fool's gold. I think they're just doing it to appease the eyes of people who are saying that they did Cap dirty, which they did, and they're trying to say like these little couple interviews and phone calls is the way of them trying to get him back into the league when they're really openly not trying to do so.
Yeah, they're trying to run it back and try to pretend like they didn't just blackball this man and like ruin his whole career. But it's all right.
Right, and I'm tired of it.
I'm ready for him to be a free agent in Madden again though, so that way I could get Cap on the cheap. Like, what's up?
Whatever team he goes to, I'm buying the jersey. Whatever team he goes
That's
to,
that's a bold statement. I bet I'm gonna hold you to it.
Whatever team he goes to, I'm buying the jersey.
So I'm trying to think of a team that you hate. So if he goes to the Chiefs, you buying a jersey?
Yes. He could go to the Patriots, I'm buying the jersey.
Oh, that made my stomach hurt.
Right.
I was like,
Right.
I support you in your decision.
Right.
How about that? Like,
Right. So whatever team he go to,
if there's one team that's not signing him, it's the Patriots.
Right.
Let's give it that. Like, let's give it that.
Fact.
I don't know. Robert Kraft could be with Meek Mill and all them.
Yeah, but the guy who calls the shots on the field is gonna be like,
Even the massage parlors too is like, what you call it?
Yikes.
Like,
Cap just gotta go in there one time and be like, hey, I just wanted to talk to you before you got to the end of your massage. We know what happens then.
right. Before you get happy, I'm just gonna let talk.
Right. All right, but yeah, that's all for football, man. It's that heavyweight lovers time, man.
Right. What you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up.
You gotta get him on the chorus, bro. You gotta get him on the chorus.
He really can sing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Like, yo,
Get him
really
on
got
the chorus,
vocals,
man. Get him on the chorus, man.
Really got vocals.
It's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, man. Everybody thought that we was kind of like messing with the video to get him on, man. That's him, man. That's him, man. Take no shine away from my guy. That was real light skin.
But this is the heavyweight lover segment. And
Yes.
as we know, Sundays is usually like your day for the heavyweight lovers. And
Yes.
what we call it, you handle the more marital aspects, the more like long-term relationship. Other, I usually do the whole dating scene or like the early stuff, the stuff before we decide to put a ring on it. So my question to you, my brother, what do you got for us this week?
Nothing. I didn't get a chance. No, sir. I'm just
I was
kidding.
gonna say,
I would never go out like
shoot
that.
to the shadow, bro. Like, listen, how do you feel about co-hosting?
But no, I know
I think we got good chemistry going.
it was part of yeah, I do. But no,
you got a bunch of HR issues going on over here.
Yo, it's like
I'm
my
gonna text
contract.
that too. I can do the whole Instagram thing.
I see, like I said, his social media presence is already blooming.
This is awkward.
Wow.
This just got real
I
awkward.
don't know if you knew this, but this actually was his interview. Like,
Out with the old and with the new.
You got,
Out with the old and with the young.
you got, oh, you
You was
got
the
bar.
6'8", you was the 6'8", he was half a dozen.
That's a bar right
There's
there.
no ice and ish happening over here, right?
Ooh, ice and egg.
Worst ever. But no. All right, let's get right to it. All right, so it did come up, and the last time I spoke about marital situations, and there was a couple people who asked me like, well, you brought that up, but you didn't really go into it, so we were wondering if you could. And I was like, I'll appease the people who are listening. So we had talked about not going to bed angry. You know what I mean? So it was just like, all right, why is it important to not go to bed angry? And there's several different reasons. I could keep you.
You're not about to have me feeling crazy in my house, man. Like, yo.
Even more than that, it's just like, all right, so the marriage is like something that's is sanctioned. You know what I mean? It's like something that's pure, and one of those places that you can always commemorate that marriage is in the bedroom space. You know what I mean? Like that's like you share the living room with your kids or any family that comes over. You share the kitchen with family and friends. People use the bathroom, the showers and all that, but there's that one place in your room that only belongs to you and your spouse, and that's your bedroom. You know what I mean? And if you bring that energy and that anger or that argument or whatever it is into that bedroom space, then it's going to ruin the energy in there. And by far, it's going to start chipping away at the marriage that you're trying to hold together because that space is no longer pure. Like even me and Lulu told each other, like if we're going to have conversations, there's two places that we're not going to have tough conversations. We're not going to do it in front of the kids because they shouldn't see us in that space to where their parents may be disagreeing or whatever it is. The only space in which they should be seeing us in is loving each other. And secondly, if we're going to have these tough conversations, it's not going to be in the bedroom because it makes it real easy for you to go to sleep after an argument. And again, like that resting place and that place where you want to like console the other person, it becomes damaged. And now when you are in a good space
or you rekindle an old argument or bring up something that you talked about, it's always reminded of that space in which that argument happened in, which is in that space in which you're sharing, that shouldn't be defiled. All right. Point 2, the way you wake up is going to start that day. You know what I mean? And the same place in which you go to sleep is the same place where you got to wake up. And you want to, if you're going to try to rectify things, you want to be able to wake up in peace. You know what I mean? So there's been times where like things did not get handled the way it was supposed to. And I'll kind of like, listen, it was only the one time. Wifey, you know what I mean? Don't want to put our business out there like that. You know what I mean? We are being vulnerable, but not, you know what I mean? Us is still us. But there is the one time where I was just like, you know what? I'm going to watch Sports Center on the couch all night. And that joint was not fun. That joint was not fun. You know what I mean? It was just like, not because it was like, I felt like I was outed of the bedroom, but it was just like, I felt really important about like whatever's happening in there, and us not figuring this out is not going to happen in there. So if it's not going to happen, then it's not going to happen, but we're not bringing this energy in there. You know what I mean? And we came to an agreement that like, this can never happen again. Because the next morning was crazy. She was not restful that night. I was watching Sports Center on the couch. My next day started off terribly. And then it makes you further
a bacchiotomy. What you else to on that couch?
Right. And then like that next morning looks crazy because let's say I'm still holding on to it. So now that morning is like not talking or walking around like you more roommates than you are a married couple, or maybe the other spouse, which has happened before too, wakes up like nothing happened. Like I had a good night's rest and you did not. And now I'm waking up like everything's good. Now you further feel disrespected because you went to sleep on that bad note. And now you're waking up with this person saying like everything's supposed to be okay. Like, nah, it's not okay. We did not discuss this. And now I'm even more frustrated, which puts another rip into the relationship. You know what I mean? So now it's more mending that needs to happen than what could have been done. All right. So the more you let that thing build up and build up, when it finally comes time to have that tough conversation, you're having that conversation with the thought of saying you went to bed on this, or you slept good, or I didn't, or we finished here. Like if you're going to have that disagreement, make sure that it's settled, because the more you let it cook, the worse it's going to taste.
You just really wanted to drop that bar there. That's what it was. That's what he's been waiting for this whole episode.
That's all we asked for.
You sound like him, man. He's like, that's fire
bars like that.
Speak for the people. What you want? Like, I'm trying to tell you this.
Just drop the mic on that one, bro.
That's not.
I'm proud of you.
Oh,
touch me. Touch me.
He's about to let you go like rubber top your head like this.
I should have slept.
But no, like I don't know if you guys had anything you wanted to add, but like that was like the premise of what I wanted to bring today, like how important that is. You know I always say that you want to mend stuff and you want to fix it as soon as possible, but like even if you feel like it is a point of where it can't be fixed, you have to understand the importance of that space that you share. You know what I mean? Like I tell all my kids all the time, like I love y'all, but my wife came before y'all. I have the one son that was born before we was married and was like, nah, I came before that. Was like, yeah, but still the what grew between me and your mom happened before y'all came here. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't let my children come between my marriage. I wouldn't let family and friends come between my marriage. And that's a tough decision that you have to make, to know like when you're clinging unto another person, y'all become one flesh, y'all become one team. You have to understand what it means to do so. So like the homies is not coming in between that. We're not having an argument. Like you start to think about some of the things that you beefing about and you're like, is it really that serious? Is it serious enough to where I want to bring this into my bedroom? That's something that's going to sit there. You know what I mean? It's just like, even after we make up and things are fine, like I said, something's going to remind you, or you're going to get into another argument. You may have another disagreement. And then again, now the place where those arguments or those conversation happens is in that bedroom space, to the point to where like when you start to walk in there, you're almost like, I don't even want to lay in here right now, or I don't want to be in this space, or I don't want to share this space with you. And it's really just that space that's toxic, but then that toxicity begins to leak into the marriage, and then it makes that marriage toxic. And then before you know it, that begins to spew into the living room area and then into the kitchen area, and then you get to the point to where you're putting the key into the door and you're going to go into your house and you're just like, I really don't want to be here. You know what I mean? And
I don't know about you, but I'd be spending mad time in the car before I get out and go into the house. I'd be like, I'm gonna be here for like 45 minutes. I'm scrolling on my phone and doing all this stuff. And I feel like when I come in here, I'm like, I don't know what I'm walking into, but I need to center myself before I get in there.
Yeah.
But I know what you talk about. Like, it's almost like poison in the water hole, where it's just like, I don't know about like you, but I was like, when I was younger, if like my mom was ever in the kitchen, I was like, I'm not walking in this kitchen because like that means like she's gonna say something to me or it's gonna turn into some conversation or whatever. So you like avoid it. And it's just like if you turn your bedroom into something like that, then it's like I'm gonna wait till she go to sleep before I go in there, or I'm gonna wait till this time, or like I don't want to go in there while she's in there because if it's gonna start an argument, so you start to become like pensive or tense about certain situations.
And some of the smallest things begin to become aggravating. Like, what are you watching on your phone in the bedroom? Like, I can't hear what I'm watching.
Yo, that buck you just did, like, I know she's like, what are you watching? Like, I felt that.
Like, listen, like I'm telling you, I'm being vulnerable right now.
But I'm saying, like, I felt that exactly. Like, oh, are you serious?
Right,
like,
and it gets to that moment to where it's really not anything that serious, but because this is the energy that's in that space. That's how you feel. We all have gone to work one day and be like, I don't want to be at work.
I mean, that's every day.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's because of the energy that's in that area. Like I have been at jobs where I have loved to go in every day and I didn't have a problem being at work and I had fun at work and I enjoyed it. And then there's other places where I'm like, no, I'm all set. I can't do this. Like that's because of the energy output that's in that area. All right. But these are like working with coworkers or working with kids or working with whoever you're working with is something that you can walk away from. This marriage is not something that you should be trying to walk away from. Like divorce levels are at an all-time high. Like people can't hold their families together. They can't hold their marriages together. So your marriage shouldn't feel like a job. It should be something that you're invested in and something that you care about and something that you love. Because once it begins to feel like you're putting more in or it feels like work, then you're already at a place where you're like, you know what? We might have made a bad decision and wasted several years of our life. You know what I mean? Like my wife would tell you, like I had a conversation, I grew up different, man. Like I told her, like, listen, if this marriage don't work out, I'm gonna move into one side of the house, you're gonna move on the other side of the house, and we're gonna raise these kids together. We're gonna make sure this works out. You know what I mean? It's just like shout out to the Chapmans, and it's old school. That's an underlining bar that nobody knows about, but if they watch the pod, they'll understand it. But you know what I mean? It's just like knowing that what you have and what you build is something serious and it's something important, and there's other people that's affected by that, helps you to make better decisions with that sanctuary. You know what I mean? Like we all love the wedding, we all love the ceremony, but sometimes we fall more in love with the ceremony than everything that has to come after that. And we have to learn how to protect those spaces, because if not, then you run out of spaces to be vulnerable in and to talk in, and then you have nowhere to go but run away.
Become a prisoner in your own crib.
Sheesh.
What's your relationship status? I mean, like, I know you've been trying to avoid it.
No, he wasn't supposed to do that.
He was trying not to make eye contact.
Answer the question with a question. Answer the question with a question. Why are you throwing at you like that?
But what is a relationship these days anyway? Get out of there.
Yo, this man is a rapper. You are not supposed to put him on the spot like that. We gotta cut the camera right now. Like, everybody freeze.
I don't think the mics is working right now, bro. I think
freeze like you in a Zoom. Freeze,
man. No. Seems like it's working just fine. What are you talking about?
Working things out right now.
Okay. Under construction.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, I don't
put the homie in a tight spot.
What you call it?
As if it wasn't tight enough being between. It was a tight being between two heavyweight bros. It just got a little more snug.
They got me in the middle.
Drop me off first.
Take my water.
Drop me off first.
Actually, guys, this is my time's up.
Hello.
Answer the same question.
So I got a phone call.
Answer the same question.
But whatchamacallit? Does this subject matter like at all? Like
the same question.
Like cricketing does for you, like the going to bed angry. Like I don't know if this is something you experience or is it just something like a thought process you do or don't subscribe to, or like
no. I think that's a fact. Going to bed angry, you shouldn't want to be going to bed like that, bro. Because then exactly what y'all saying, you're gonna wake up the next day thinking about the same thing you was just going through the night before, and then you got to go to work and still deal with. I know we all work with kids, right? So it's like we got to deal with the BS and working with kids, and that on top of still thinking about what you were just going through at home. It's not a good mix. It's toxic.
That's biblical too.
Yeah,
Is it? I just know I know like for me personally, like the walking around the house and not talking to me is like, it's wild crazy. Like if you wake up before me and I notice that you cooking breakfast and I come over and be like, oh man, what you making? And you just like,
so you
flipping one egg? Nah, I don't got no shorty.
Oh, okay.
I take a lot of eggs. Nice try though. That was a nice try though. You tried it.
He outside.
Like a dollar. You know what I'm saying? I'm on these
like
dates.
a dollar.
Yo, they be on Bumble. I'm still out here.
Yo, they be on Bumble. What the Bumble?
Back.
You want to Bumble with the B, huh? Throw a hex on the whole family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bumble.
I don't know what you're
said I'm outside dying.
It's a city boy summer. That's all I'm saying. It's like I'm making sure the thighs out and the guys out. Like,
he says it's a hot boy summer.
City boys up. That's all I know. It's like we up.
Hilarious.
Yo, I'm crying.
That is hilarious.
I respect it though.
I mean, she could come live with me at my crib that I got. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I do got the whole spot. You know what I mean? Like, we don't got to do the thing where it's like I crash at your crib all the time. Like, you can come and feel comfortable over at the spot. You know what I mean? At the palace.
Put that in your bio. Put that in your bio.
I like to make breakfast in the morning. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I got the eggs and everything on deck. The only thing is we don't do bacon. We don't do bacon in the morning. That's it.
You cooking for a bumble meat?
I mean, yeah. I mean, because if you got the bumble meat last night, you got to get the bumble meat in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let you leave on an empty stomach. Like,
Yo, that's what I do.
I'm not cooking for you.
He said, "Yo, Pop-Tarts is in the cabinet. You keep it pushing.
Take it with you. It comes in a pack."
Yo, Dunkin' Donuts down the road.
Got this little gift card I got from work.
Nah, you can't even get
I'll tell the Uber to stop by. Like, I send them a message.
Yo,
Uber's downstairs, lock my door.
Y'all are terrible. Oh my goodness. But yeah, if I had to wrap it up.
What you doing this morning? What you got going on today?
Before you leave, I'm gonna need my shirt back.
You say, yo, cash app me that 35.
Don't forget.
Don't forget. He said, don't forget. But yeah, listen. If I had to wrap it up, I would just say, like, having disagreements are tough. They are aggravating. You definitely want to be heard. You definitely want to get your point across. But as we said, it is like, is it worth winning? It's definitely not. So like, you have to find a way to make it work out. You know what I mean? Because if not, you have to think that you have a lifetime of what you decided to spend with this person of not working things out. And that's not the way a marriage works. You know what I mean? So the same way you need your rest and your energy to start your next day and be effective, is the same way you have to do it in your marriage, man. You want to make sure that you're going down into your resting place in a comfortable and safe place so that you can wake up in the same space.
All relationships, all marriage, it's all work, but it should never feel like a job.
Facts.
So,
facts.
But with that being said, do you have anything else that you want to add on it? Any messages you want to drop to your shorty that you on a shaky relationship with? You know what I mean?
Who said that?
I'm just saying.
What's the next topic?
You said Sharice? No, I'm just like we're not doing all that. Shine bright like a diamond. We got a cultural gem going on right here.
Yes.
You smacked that notebook.
Yo,
Crazy.
Yeah,
when you put a whole knuckle on it.
Yeah, listen, man. Hey, I came with a dope one this time, man. I went old school.
Okay.
But I felt like we were doing a lot of thugs and drugs, so I went to do
because that's all they used to put us in.
Facts.
It's thugs and drugs.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. So I mean, and this one does kind of still have some of that in it, but I wanted it to be, a little more home base, I guess, or touch the heart a little bit. So without further ado, I'm going with the 5 Heartbeats.
I thought you were gonna say Love Jones for some reason.
No, I think did we do Love Jones?
Probably, but I feel like whenever there's a love movie, that's what it comes out to.
I feel like we did
touch the heart.
I feel like we did Love Jones. But yeah, 5 Heartbeats is a dope one. It's definitely a classic. You got Robert Townsend. You have Leon, literally, when you're a good actor or good at something when you just have the one name. It's just
unless you're Flex. Remember when Flex played Michael Jackson in that one movie?
Stop. Yo, that is hilarious. But yeah, this is about a group of friends that started off in a singing contest trying to make it big, and they did just that. And the industry of being in music and being introduced to stuff that you have never seen before runs its way through the group, and everybody goes through their own trials and tribulations, and it's a really dope story, man. I'll never forget Preacher Boy coming out the back of that curtain and hitting that high note when he was nervous to be on the stage and everybody was throwing everything at him, man. And then Robert Townsend
was going through it on him.
And then Robert Townsend was like, killing my song, snatch homie off the piano. And Leon came in the front and made Tisha Campbell pass out in the front. Was that Tisha Campbell?
That's not Tisha Campbell.
It definitely looked like Tisha Campbell
because she was that was the light skinned girl of the '90s. So like,
right.
everybody
And Tisha Campbell replicated that look in School Days, which is another gem.
Or did she replicate the look from her in House Party?
Nah, School Days was definitely out before 5 Heartbeats.
You're probably right, because I was probably 3. So go with
You
that.
ain't nothing but a jigaboo. That might be. Oh man, I
there
gotta wait. But yeah, we go with 5 Heartbeats.
I got a quick question. Have you ever seen anyone who had 5 Heartbeats on VHS and it was actually the purchased one and it had the cover and everything? I feel like everybody had the VHS burned copy from TV or like whatever, and it had 5 Heartbeats written on the side.
Got the original right now, unopened.
Damn.
Unopened. Holla at May. She's on it. She on it.
That's different.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody always knows that scene where that man Leon is out there with the broken umbrella, like, nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. Everybody know that scene, but don't nobody know the movie. So that's 5 Heartbeats, man. Go ahead and check it out.
But if they don't have the VHS version of it, where can they find this movie to watch it? Oh, there's Brother Jay. There's Brother Jay. You got the bag and fumbled it. I had the bag and fumbled it. Come on, man. I can only kill so much.
Well, I know there's at least one place it's gonna be at.
YouTube and our boys over at Voodoo.
Yes,
yeah, Voodoo.
Yes.
Voodoo. Hit us with a sponsorship.
Amazon Prime and Voodoo. Cost you $4 on each one of those unless you're a Prime member.
Or you can rent it from May for $14.99.
Nah, it's unopened. That
joint's gonna be in their will for you. Don't let nobody touch my 5 Heartbeats.
Yo, listen. Leon gonna mess around and buy that joint for me for $100K. Like, what? What you say? I still got my VHS right here. But yeah, man, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to have a nasty nugget today.
Is that the case? But the thing is, I knew we were gonna have a special guest on, so I wanted to drop the nasty nugget off.
Look at this guy.
I was gonna give my time to him. Like, I know he gave us a little bit about like the music that he's got going on and the stuff that he's got coming out. So like, I wanted to give him like one more opportunity. For people that don't know you, where can they find you and what do you got coming out for them, for the people?
Boom. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter at YoungKingTR, SoundCloud.com/YoungKingTR. New singles dropping on Apple Music soon. Videos about to be out tonight. The most crazy video, dope visuals. Yeah. Mixtape coming soon,
You got a title?
Wit Part 2, Volume 2. Wit, What It Takes. But WIT.
I did see the little Instagram tag when you was breaking down the math on that to the homies, and they was like, "Word." He's like, "Yeah,
go tap in. We have you on Instagram, but all that's coming real soon. So be on the lookout for that. Appreciate y'all for having me.
It's a nice shirt.
I know, right? I got it for free too, I think.
The invoice will be in the mail.
Crickets.
After I won that bet, though, you feel me?
Oh,
it'll be close soon.
Oh, it's definitely. Ooh, now you gotta watch. I'm banking on Peaches, man.
Last question: Peaches. If you could have one artist feature on any one of your songs, and it was like money was no option, they were like, "Yo, I'm gonna give you a verse. Who you getting the verse from?" Actually, this is two-prong question. You get one person for the hook. You get one person for a verse. Who you take?
Wait, hold on, because I want to get 2 names in my head and see if I'm right.
You want to write them down on a whiteboard?
That's a long song.
It's a long song.
I don't feel like people's attention span is that long. Like a lot of my songs are like real short, so it'd be like 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Like I don't like
TikToks. I got my 2 names.
like TikTok videos.
I got my 2 names.
You wrote down 2 names.
I wrote down 2 names right here on the other side.
That's the verses or for the hook.
I just wrote down 2 names. He can put them wherever he want to put them on the song, but these are 2 names I went.
It's got to be somebody out of my top 5.
Like, they don't have to be like, I mean, Hove could come out of retirement. You can get Eminem, you can get Lil Wayne, like anybody that you want. So you tired of the new Eminem style too, right?
It's not it at all. Sorry for anybody who's an Eminem fan, but he's not.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Like, no, like, yeah, we don't want that.
You ever seen that video that way?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
That's literally what it is.
That's not the Eminem that we want.
He said, all men are friends. I said, bro, this is it. But, damn. I'm going to go Cole.
Okay. That's a point.
No, right.
That's what I'm saying. You got a point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cole for sure. I think
And he's killing against first game.
Cole put me in the bag where like I would have to like really like write because I don't really write. Like a lot of my how I make music is I punch in, so like it's just coming off the top, punch in line for line for line. I haven't wrote in a while, but he will make me want to like sit there and think and write something crazy.
Especially if he goes first and you watching him go, you're like, God damn it! And I was like, now I gotta. Hopefully, like
I would never change my bars up though.
Who's the boy that fumbled the Drake verse? And it's like Drake signed him, and he's awful.
Who?
Smiley?
Yeah,
I was like, as long as you don't sound like this,
I don't
like
know his name is. He must have.
He got signed to OVO, and I was like, Drake signed this dude?
He from Toronto. That's a whole
Oh my guys!
Go ahead, pick the second person so I can be right again.
But I'm trying to think of who like would sound good on the Cole song and a me song.
Oh, so Cole drops on your song, it's automatically a Cole song inside of you, song don't work?
No. I'm saying a song with Cole and myself on it. That'd be crazy. But who would sound dope on that? Like on the hook?
You could never go wrong with Ty Dolla. I'm just saying, like Janae Ike, like something like that. My guy to dream.
He's trying to stir you away from the answer that I got right. No look.
Because I know he ain't picked the person that I'm thinking of. So like, you about to turn it over. It's gonna be like Uncle Charlie Wilson. So like
it's Uncle Raisin.
It's gonna be me. It's me.
Psych.
Not the psych. Like,
No. I'm going Cole, and I'll probably go like
Jeremiah.
Stop leading the witness.
To be honest, bro, I'm gonna go Benny.
Just because that's hook?
Not even a hook, but just straight like bars, like just a straight song, no hook, just go crazy.
So you want to be on Johnny P's Caddy?
That's one of my favorite beats and favorite songs right now.
Like for this year, right?
I went Cole and Nipsey.
So you didn't say alive. You didn't say if he was talking Dead or Alive, then I definitely would have said Nip.
Nah, not Biggie. Biggie's not hopping on the track with you.
Nah, he be talking about.
I don't want to get too into it, but like I have like some hot Tupac takes, but it's like I don't want to do that right now because I know we read a log anyways. People got places to go. It is Sunday.
Biggie or Tupac, quick.
Oh, Biggie, not even a question.
Don't even look at me. You already know.
I don't. That's what I'm asking.
It's called the heavyweight.
All right. Bet.
Biggie's supposed to the illest. You didn't say yours though. Like I think, but you didn't say you was from Brooklyn. I'm just checking.
You don't jackpot. Shout out to Pac too.
Yeah, definitely for real.
Any final thoughts?
No, I'm goody, man. I'm happy, man. I can't wait. I'm about to watch the new video coming out tonight. Winning Time is on tonight. I got some stuff to do.
Heavyweight Bros song coming out soon.
Hey, and video. And video.
All that.
And video.
In the works. It's in the works. Just know it's in the works for sure.
When I show up in a suit, don't y'all laugh at me. I'll be video ready.
You trying to be Suge Knight?
Show up in a suit.
You Diddy or Suge? Because Suge's still showing up in all red.
I was gonna go Suge over Diddy, man.
What?
You're not gonna be dancing all in the videos.
Dancing all in the videos.
I feel a lot further away from you now. I don't feel as close. Suge over Diddy?
Yeah,
you sound crazy.
Dancing in the video, bro.
You sound crazy.
Yeah, right. That's something Suge would have said.
All right, man. Well, thanks again, Young King. Showing out, coming through. Show us some love. Make sure you guys check out the video coming out tonight. And then obviously, back.
Hey.
Hopefully there'll be 3 chairs still when that happens. Hey. Everybody have a good Sunday. See y'all on Tuesday when we're going to be talking about first date ideas. Heavyweight Bros, we out.